Drake put you in his lyrics.
Yeah.
What's your relationship with Drake?
Drake's my brother. I've known him since I've been 17. That's family. He was there when my mom passed away. The beauty about us, all of us Canadians, we all root for each other. I love The Weeknd. That's my brother as well. PartyNextDoor. Love him as well. Like, that's all family. The way we look at like Toronto versus the world.
You know what? But it might take you to get Drake and Bron back together. You working on that?
All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life, I've been grinding all my life.
We would first like to thank Double Barrel and the Whiskey Shop for having us today's episode of Club Shay. If you're in Beverly Hills, come by for a drink in this elegant lounge. Now, on to today's episode. Hello, welcome to another episode of Club Shay. I am your host, Shannon Sharpe. I'm also the proprietor of Club Shay. Stopping by for conversation on the drink today is a 14-year NBA vet. He helped the Cavaliers make history by coming from a 3-1 deficit in the NBA Finals to end Cleveland's 52-year championship drought and help the Cavs win their first NBA title. He was the first player in Cavs franchise history to play in 447 consecutive regular season games. He's one of 4 Cavaliers players in franchise history to have at least 5,000 points and 5,000 rebounds in a career. He holds the Cavs franchise record for the most offensive rebounds in a single season. He was the highest drafted Canadian-born player at the time of his selection. He's since been passed by R.J. Barrett. He's the first Canadian ever to earn Rookie of the All-Rookie Team honors in the NBA. He's a Big 12 Freshman of the Year, a McDonald's All-American. Here he is, Double T, Tristan Thompson.
Woo, yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you, bro.
Man, that's a pretty good resume. Not too bad, man.
That ain't too bad,
Not
man.
too bad.
14 years, you got it in, bro.
Man,
How you been?
I'm good, man.
Man, you know what? You done with basketball?
Listen, if the phone ring, I'm gonna pick it up.
Oh, you will pick it up?
Always gonna pick it up, man.
See what they got to say.
Yeah.
You keep yourself in shape.
Always.
Well, okay. Well, I guess one little drink ain't gonna hurt.
No, it ain't gonna hurt us, man. Yeah, cheers, man.
Congrats on a great NBA career, and if you
Thank
go
you.
back, further.
Appreciate it. The tradition, man. This is. I'm excited, man.
This is it.
Yeah.
Man, thank you for coming by, bro.
Yeah, no, of course. First of all, so hold on now. So this is the summertime right now. I
Yeah.
see the grays going.
Yeah.
You and Bron letting down, man. What y'all got? Y'all discuss this or what's going on?
No, the thing is with Bron, I'm old. I'm pushing 60, and I think Bron's like, you know what? Nobody's gonna really see me. I'm not gonna be in anybody's presence. I'm not playing basketball. I'm not going anything. He's like, man, the maintenance, the upkeep, let it go.
Yeah.
I think probably next year, I don't see him coloring it. I don't see him coloring it anymore.
Listen, I think you should keep the grays out. Imagine you dropping 30 and 10 on a young kid.
Oh,
and
man.
then you got to reevaluate. Like if that's my son, like your son, you can't have someone with the grays dropping 30 and 10 on you. Like this is
Man, you got an
unacceptable.
old man drop 30 and 10
Yeah.
and 5?
You got a papa.
That's it. But he gonna say, hey, bro, that's Bron.
That is
he gonna be able to do that with that thing fully gray.
Yeah.
Let alone with some grays sprinkled in.
He gonna have the grays with the Doc Rivers? Oh man, he gonna be going to town on them boys.
Let's start with the European trip.
Yeah.
The 10-year anniversary of you guys winning the championship, coming back from 3-1 down, beating a 73-9 team, the most regular season wins in NBA history, a unanimous MVP, back-to-back MVPs on that roster. How did this planned? How did this trip come about?
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about this like every summer we talk about it.
Okay.
And everyone's like, yo, we got to get together.
Right.
One time it was like, hey, let's go to Portland and go drink some wine because Channing lived in Portland. He got the winery. Or we're like, let's do the Hamptons because Kay love in Hamptons.
Right.
Or me and Brian in L.A. We're like, guys, just come to L.A.
Right.
But everyone's schedule was never like on the same
Never
page.
aligned.
Never aligned. And every year we're like, you know what? It's 10 years.
Okay.
Someone's got to basically take the bull by his horn and say, you know what? We're going to plan this and everyone's got to show up.
Okay.
So like, got to give a big shout out to K-Love. Like, K-Love
put it together.
K-Love put it. Listen, if you had to look at your bingo card and guess who would put it together back then, you would have said K-Love. But K-Love been in Miami.
Right.
He been taking that leadership role.
Okay.
And he's done the group chat.
Okay.
So I'm like, yo, shout out K-Love for doing it. He put his mind to it, got his team. K-Love got a good team.
Right.
He clean cut guy.
Yeah.
He's a Wall Street, Hamptons, Miami guy now. So he a little different.
Okay.
So he put the team and squad together and we all showed up, man. It was amazing.
So you guys in the group chat, obviously there's the reports that you guys have a group chat and you go back and forth, you have fun. If I'm not mistaken, I think LeBron might be the only one that's still Kevin Love. He was in Utah, but so Kev and LeBron are still playing. You other guys have since retired and doing other things. And so, okay, Portland, nah. LA, nah. Are we really going to do this? Because that's normally how it happens. Everybody have these great expectations. Man, we ought to get a trip. Yeah. And then when it comes right down to it, don't nothing happen. So how did you guys determine that you were going out of the country to celebrate the 10th anniversary of your championship?
I mean, think about it. We're going to do it big. I mean, look at the squad we got, right? Like, listen, if you look at everyone's Instagram, you got Bron traveling. He's hitting golf balls off a yacht that's probably costing him about $1 million a week. You got K-Love. He be jet setting. You don't know where he's going to be selling pizza or doing whatever. He might be in Iceland getting a recovery. And then you got me international. You know me, I'd be in the Middle East.
Right.
So if we're going to do this, especially the fashion of this team, the way we won, with all the chips against us, stacked against us, we got to go overseas with this. Like at the end of the day, when we were all together, we were the Beatles.
Right.
When nobody was topping us out, like we run around. When we get to hotels, everyone's doing it. So like, go big or go home.
Right. So how did you decide where to go? I think that's the biggest thing, because like you said, at first you're like, let's go to Portland. No, maybe LA, or we could do Miami. Miami's popping. You have the Hamptons. How did you decide where to go?
Yeah, I think like if we're gonna go and leave the country, we gotta have a good time.
Yes.
So I think the last part of the trip to San Tropez, that was like an automatic, right?
Okay.
But I think because everyone now is getting this golf fever. Listen, the golf is like it's taking over his life, man. It's like, first JR started. By the way, JR would golf during the playoffs, and back then, Brown and guys would be frustrated, like, come on, switch, like, you don't need to be golfing.
Right.
Now these boys don't want to stop golfing, like, and they want to walk. They don't want to use the caddy,
Really?
Man, they want to listen, man.
No.
I'm walking. I'm like, you guys love this game, like, but I think for like Bron especially, he want to be the best at everything.
Yes.
And he's trying to be the greatest golfer of all time in 1 year. I'm like, no, bro, it takes time.
It takes time.
It takes time.
You got to put a lot of time and effort and energy in that game to be good at it.
Yeah.
And yesterday has nothing to do with today, and today has nothing to do with tomorrow. You could go out there and play a great round of golf today, and tomorrow you be terrible and make you want to quit.
Oh, trust me, I know. I was the worst one, guys. Like, listen, I play around the rim. Listen, I'm a star in my role.
Right.
So I don't know if you've seen the video of me bringing the drinks. Listen, there's no ego on our trip.
Right.
We know what we're great at, right?
Okay.
Bron, listen, he got the power.
Yeah.
And guess what? He's got much better. His swing looked much better.
Right.
K-Love is he's exactly what you think he is.
Yes.
Caucasian man, live Wall Street. He know how to do a little something.
Right.
Swish is swish. And then myself, RJ, Channing, he's all right because he live in Portland because he don't really got good weather. Portland and Scotland is damn near the same weather. They don't really get much sun. So Channing good.
So he'll probably be better on a links course than a traditional course where it's just yes. Okay. But let me ask you a question. What was your favorite part of this trip? What's your favorite when you look back on 5 years or 10 years or 20 years from now? Because I think this is the first anniversary of it. Yeah. So you might have a 15 year, you might have a 20 year, and so forth and so on. When you look back on it, what's going to be your favorite part of this trip? Your favorite memory?
Man, I'm not gonna lie to you. The best part was just being with my guys. Like, it was so like when you sit back and look at it, you're just thinking about it, you're like, man, we haven't all been together in the same room in over 10 years.
Yes.
But we've had a group chat going on consistent for 10 years. No matter if it's good, if it's me doing something crazy or Bron or Switch, whatever it is, we always communicating. But it's like we never missed a beat. If you were sitting there just observing, you're like, wait, how long is those last few years all together? Like 10 years. But it's like the synergy was there.
Right.
And like that's when you know it's like real brotherhood and friendship. And it's not just like colleagues. Like, it's like, for you even as a player, you'd have your teammate that was just your team, like you guys were just cool while you were teammates.
We're teammates.
Once
we're
you
not
get traded,
friends. We're friendly, but we're not friends.
Yeah. And then once you get traded, you don't really talk to them no more.
No.
Think about it, we've all been on so many different teams since being with the Cavs.
Right.
And we're still like this, thick as ever. So, that was like, we all had almost emotional moments where we're like, we don't want this to end. We're like, we don't want to go home, man.
You know what? And that's what I tell people. Yeah. People ask, like, what do you miss about the game? I say, me personally, I don't miss playing. I miss the camaraderie. I miss the bus rides. I miss the plane rides. And I think that because what you guys had for that week, I don't know how long you guys went, you guys would have that 50 times a year because you're on the plane together. And you do so much traveling. You're in the hotels. You're on the bus. You're on all those things. And then once it's over, and like you said, you're in a group chat, but you don't really see these guys.
Yeah.
Bron is going off in LA, and JR is doing his thing, and Shump and Deli and you and Love is doing their things. He's like, well, damn. And we finally come back together, and because you were so close, it's like we didn't even miss a beat.
No, they missed a beat. And what's the funny thing is like 10 years ago, we all had kind of like, you knew like, so I'm the youngest one.
Yes.
That's like funny and wild. Right. Then you got like Swish. He's like, he'll say how he feels. And you got Deli with his accent. And you got Shump with like his Georgia Tech mixed with Chicago. And it's like, when we came together, we all had like the same roles. Yeah. Like the roles never changed.
Right.
Which is like, it's like, oh, some things never change. Like it was just perfect. Like it was like the puzzle pieces all came together.
But I saw on the video where Shannon's like, man, 5 straight days of playing golf. I'm done with this. No, I can't be done because I already paid for this. So I'm gonna get these rounds.
Oh, it wasn't cheap now. This trip wasn't cheap, man. It's cheap. It costs a good bankroll now.
Really?
Man, it was a good. Listen. I always tell myself, and I think all the fellas are the same way. If we're gonna leave our house, we gotta do it right. Because at the end of the day, what we accomplished, coming back from 3-1, winning in Golden State and shutting down Oracle Arena, and closing them doors down forever, like we got to make sure this is something because. And also, we got a little bit of ego.
Yeah.
We knew the Knicks won, but we wanted to put on a show.
Yes.
The Knicks, if you look on social media, we were competing with the Knicks on who had a better rollout.
Right.
And I might be biased, but our rollout was much better. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
Listen, I love the Knicks, congratulations. But one of their rollout was, and I played for Mike Brown, him singing Who Let the Dogs Out compared to us being Chopper 3 helicopters pulling up to a golf course, a prestigious golf course.
Right.
Come on now.
Yeah.
There's levels.
Yeah.
So we got to do it right now. We got to flex.
It's a scorching sports summer, and you can make all your picks on Prize Picks. The WNBA and baseball seasons are heating up, and with big tennis slams and major golf tournaments on the horizon, you can make your picks for all of these events all summer long on Prize Picks, a #1 sports pick app. With soccer going on too, USA. The entire summer soccer is on Prize Picks, all 48 countries, and every match. And you can rep your side during the tournament on Prize Picks. You can also win a trip to the final in New York. It's the biggest tournament ever, which means there's even more opportunity to cash in while you root for your favorite national side and your global soccer superstars. Download the app today. Use code Shannon to get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. That's code Shannon to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, a preferred partner of the NBA. I've seen friends, and a lot of times it's women, but sometimes it's happened with guys, is that you go on a big trip like this and you go to a dinner, you go somewhere, and it's like, man, I ain't had nothing but a hamburger, fries, and a drink. Man, I ain't finna put... So how do you determine the bill? Because it seems like you had big, nice bottles. Mm-hmm. And I know Bron. Bron loves his wine.
Good vino.
Yes, yeah. He's a Petrus or Rothschild or Bordeaux.
Yeah.
He's that type of guy. And those bottles aren't cheap. So how do you determine, like, come on now, Bron, you still playing, come on now. Yeah. Nike, them Nike checks still clear, bro. Hold on, come on now.
Man, listen. Them bottles was good now. And then you know who we had come sprinkling? Corey Gamble now. So he come with the bottles too.
Oh, he was there too?
Yeah, Corey Gamble came and pulled up.
Oh, my goodness.
He caught a 10-day real quick with the Cavs.
Damn.
Yeah, so CG coming there now. So we got the Petrus going. We got a high level.
Yes.
And one thing about us, once you have one sip, we just like, all right, man, I guess it is what it is. But, one thing about us, like, we all took turns on the bill.
Okay.
We was all gentlemen with this. We're like, like, Bron Killer, they're like, we got one of these. Next one, Swish got one. And I took one, RJ. So we all took our turn just holding down the bill.
Yeah.
Which is good. Like, at the end of the day, we're gentlemen. One thing we're not going to do is going to sit around a check and be like, 5 credit cards split. No. I learned it at an early age because especially as brothers now, right? We work hard to get where we at.
Yes.
And one thing we're not going to do is look janky.
Yeah.
So we're not cutting the bill 6 ways in front of people that going to judge us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you know what's going to happen. That's going to get out.
Yeah.
If you put 6 credit cards down there and it's all of you guys and they splitting it, I'm like, man, they put down 6 credit cards.
Man, busting it down like it's per diem. No. We're not doing that. No, sir.
Why do you believe you guys have remained such close friends? Obviously, there are people that, teams, you win things together and guys go on their certain ways. But why do you feel that you guys have been able to remain so close?
I think, to be honest, like, we all went through, like, winning a championship's hard, but the fashion, but there's so much moments in that journey as a team where, like, we all went through, like, life situations, like real life situations.
Okay.
Whether it's, Bron leaving our preseason game because Zuri's being born, or like Swish having Dakota would be, a preemie, or me, like, going through my life situations. Like, we all had, even like K-Love with his situation. Like, we all had real life stuff that's like bigger than basketball. Mm-hmm. And we were all there for each other and like real brotherhood. Like, not just like, hey man, you're going to figure it out with your crew. It's like, no, we here together. Like, we in the thick of things.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember the situation, the viral video when Kevin Love, you were hugging Kevin Love when his dad passed away. and he started crying. What did that moment? Why were? And obviously people go through certain things in life, and you don't really know. It's a situation. I mean, what do I say? Can I say the right? Do I say anything to him? Do I let him know that our thoughts and prayers go out to him and his family? What was it about that moment that you felt that you needed to do what you did?
Yeah, because, my mom passed away about 3 years ago. So prior to that was 2 years ago. So, that shook the whole group, right? Because my mom was super close to all the players on the team.
Right.
Everyone knew my mom. She was bubbly and she's, mom's mom, and everyone knew. So, when Kevin going through that and him and his dad's relationship, I felt for him. And he understands that we go through the same thing. And I always tell people, me and Kev, we're like brothers. To be honest, he really the brother,
right?
And I might be the little light skinned one, right? I'm the other brother. But so we're literally I tell everyone me and Kevin we're twins. We
right.
are so in sync, and I think that especially as being bigs and protecting the paint,
right.
and being out there being the muscle, we just connected. So when I gave him a hug, I said, brother's gonna be good. We gained a guardian angel, right? And not many people can understand that. But I mean, when I saw him, I was like, forget basketball. This is my brother first and foremost, and whether the guys on the Heat didn't like it or guys on the Cavs didn't like it,
right.
I might care. Because ain't nobody gonna tell me nothing anyway. Right. So at the end of the day, that's my brother. I'm always gonna have his back.
The group chat. So is everybody, obviously there's 15 guys on the team. How many guys is in the group chat that you guys have? Yeah. Is everybody in the group chat, or there 5 guys, there 15, obviously I think there's 6 guys, and then Shump and Deli showed up. So I think you guys had 6 guys, 7 guys to begin with, and then Shump and Deli showed up. So is everyone from that team in that particular chat, or do you have a chat where it's just you guys, and then we have another chat where it's everybody in it? I mean, so how's that broken up?
Yeah, no, so this chat, So this is how the chat started. It used to be a dinner crew.
Okay.
So one thing Brown would always do, and this is what I actually try to do with other teams that I was on, and I actually worked when I was a boss. I know JT and JB, they do it now, but whenever we got to the city, Brown would be all right, dinner. Whoever want to come can come.
Right.
So the consistent guys was myself, JR, K-Love, Channing, RJ. They were consistent. Shump would come sometimes, depends on what he was doing, or Deli would come sometimes. So the main group is everyone, so those guys I mentioned minus Deli and Shump. So that was kind of just a dinner crew. And then from dinner, we just kept in that chat.
Okay.
And then it kind of started from dinner, and we built it out. But how it is, not every, you're going to have different chats for different people.
Yes.
Right? The chat that I'm going to have with me and my homies is not going to be a chat that I have with my brothers. Right. The chat with my brothers might be a different conversation. Right. It might be more transactional, but it is a little different chat than me and my boys talking about having a good time. So, I mean, you get it. But, it's we held it strong.
But the thing is, I hate group chats.
Yeah, you do. You hate group chat. Why?
I'm not in a group chat.
You're not in one?
Not one. I was in one time.
Yeah.
And the reason I was in that chat because it cut down on the money, because they was calling. I said, nah, just send one message.
Yeah.
Everybody get this message. don't be sending me and then send that one.
Yeah.
One message go out. But no, because I don't like the fact of getting notifications. Man, somebody tried to, as a matter of fact, Sap put me in the group chat, him and Derek Brooks. One of y'all did that. I said, man, take me out this group chat.
So so let me ask you a question. So you have friends, obviously. Don't you have, do you don't have friends that have they all know each other?
Yeah, they do. And if they want to talk, when I talk to Tristan, I want to talk to Tristan.
Yeah.
I don't want nobody else to know Tristan and I having a conversation.
Okay.
If I want to talk to Jordan, I'm going to talk to Jordan. If I want to talk to CJ, ain't all this no ting, ting, ting. But I'm going to block you.
But you know there's a do not disturb.
Oh, really? But still, I don't hear it. Because I be looking and I see all these numbers, all these names up there. Now I'm saying, I'm good.
So what if it's something funny you see online that you want everyone to catch? You going to send it individually?
No, you know what I do? I'll send it if I see something online, I'll send it to Jordan. I say, Jordan, send it to me in a text.
Yeah.
And then I'll text it to each individual person that I want. But it ain't but 2 people. Normally it's it's only like my sister or my brother or something like that. Okay. But he don't like group chat. Chat. She doesn't like group chat.
Really?
My kids don't put me in no group chat because they already. And
your kids, you don't have a group chat with the kids?
Hell no.
Oh.
And my teammates from the Broncos, they're like, man, y'all know, man, take Sharpe out of it. Y'all know how Sharpe gonna be. Yep, Sharpe about to cuss y'all out and block every last one.
So you want undivided attention with everyone?
Yeah, I don't like the group chat.
Oh, okay.
So I can commend you guys. Okay, there are 5 types of people in the group chat. Let me see if I can, the group event organizer. Well, you already told me that it's K-Love is the organizer.
Yeah.
I would have thought Braun because Randy, his right-hand man.
Raymond's going to put together. Yeah.
Setting everything up. So I would have said Braun and Randy, those are the ones that are the organizers, but it's Kevin Love. Eager to respond. Let me see. Eager to respond.
You should know who this one is going to be.
I would probably say.
Here, let me get the names so then you can break it down again. Okay. So you got K-Love.
Yeah.
Bron.
Yeah.
JR.
Yeah.
Richard Jefferson. Channing Frye. Tristan Thompson.
So we got the event organizer, eager to respond, random responder, emoji responder, ghoster. Whoo-wee. Eager to respond. No, I would say that's Bron because of his personality.
You know what?
No.
Channing respond to anything.
Damn.
Channing respond to anything. Channing is active.
He need more time. He need a hobby.
Channing got like 4 kids, but you know his kids are older now, so they all grown. So like he probably at the house is drinking wine by himself.
Okay.
In the backyard.
Okay, random responder.
Ooh.
I would probably say JR.
Okay, we can say JR. We can say JR, a little random.
Yeah. Emoji responder.
Oh, you should, yeah.
Richard Jefferson.
Richard Jefferson. You already knew he was going to get buzzed.
Richard Jefferson.
Yeah.
And the ghoster. Well, I got no choice. It's got to be Bron.
It's got to be Bron. Because you don't want to play.
It's got to be Bron.
He's the only one that's got to do, Bron got to do treatment. And we be trying to get something out of him. We're like, and one time he responded and he gave us like I remember he responded. I said, bro, what kind of chat GBT response is this? I said, this is the group chat, bro. You don't respond like that. He started laughing. I said, he must have been doing voice text or something.
JR on the 2016 Cavs versus the 2026 Knicks. JR went viral saying the 26 Cavs would beat the Knicks. Do you agree?
Yeah. We would beat them. And not to take away from them, listen, their chance, much love.
Yeah.
But I'm betting with my guys. Because, I mean, even if you look at the matchups, right? No one's going to be able to guard Kyrie.
Absolutely not.
No one can guard Kyrie.
No.
Nobody can guard Kyrie.
No.
And then no one can guard Finals Bron.
No.
41, 11, and 11?
Yes.
Come on now. So that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, like, JR got size, so we're going to put him on Brunson. And don't worry, like, Brunson going to do his thing.
Yeah.
But I think just having those two guys, Bron and Kyrie, compared to Brunson and Cat, and we still got K-Love.
Right.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Who's gonna touch K-Love?
And then you could switch Shump on Brunson.
Yeah.
So you got.
And I'm gonna cover the defense, and I'm gonna be in the paint.
Yeah.
And Mr. Robinson, he gonna jump for every pump fake, birdie. Birdie.
Flying.
Yeah, he gonna be birdie. Yeah. So no, I'm taking our 2016 team. But I mean, yeah, for sure.
Where would you, as far as great teams, where would you rank? Because you talk about the 86 Celtics, and you talk about Jordan's Bulls, some of Jordan's Bulls, and you talk about the 01 Lakers, and you talk about maybe 17 or 18 Warriors. Where would you rank your 2016 Cavaliers and the mix of great champion teams?
I mean, the reality is that 2017-18 Warriors team is a cheat code.
Yeah.
I mean, they literally made the NBA say, you know what, forget vets. We're going to go all young guys on the bench. I mean, if you think about when that team came together, only 4 teams thought they had a chance to really make a run. Warriors, Rockets, Cavs, and a coin flip of the East team was probably the Celtics because they were just prideful.
Right.
Everyone else, they just started packing it in and saying, like, we're just going to rebuild.
Right.
So that 2017-18 team, let's give them the credit. They're probably the best team of all time, talentedly. I love Shaq. And he's, I have much, Shaq, one of my favorite players, and Kobe and Shaq. But I'm going to put us up there. Like, I think, like, we had just so much depth.
Yeah.
Compared to that Lakers team.
Right.
Obviously, like the 86 Celtics, like, the Celtics and the Bulls. But those teams that were like top heavy.
Yes.
But didn't have as much as a bench.
Right.
But then, like, I don't want to be the guy that don't give the OGs respect. Because sometimes guys come on here and they be like, man, you don't want to respect the OGs. I love the OGs, but I mean, we got the GOAT.
And you do, and Bron, and then you had Kyrie that was just coming into his own.
Yeah.
And he was at the peak of his powers.
Yeah.
I mean, there was nothing, nobody could
If
do.
Kyrie was 2 inches taller, he'd be the best player to ever touch a basketball on planet Earth.
With that, what? With those kind of handles and that shot?
Yes, because think about it. First of all, have you ever seen Kyrie get a shot blocked? Never. And he's only what, 6'2", 6'3"?
Yep.
But so imagine he was 6'5", what he could do right now.
No.
It would be out of the world. Like, even if you ask Bron, like, Kyrie's probably the most talented. Like, you put Kyrie in a workout, he could do anything. He has no flaws in his game.
Yeah.
Like, it's out of this world.
3 levels. I mean, he can shoot the 3. He can get to the midi.
Yeah.
Handle. He's the best finisher of below the rim that you'll ever see. Nobody has the kind of English up and under, left or right. It does not matter.
How you want it. Like, I remember even like when we were playing against Roy Hibbert his rookie year, and this is Roy Hibbert Defensive Player of the Year. He laying him up like it's nothing. Roy Hibbert on the Indiana, like nothing. I'm like, this kid's special.
And the shot he got off against Steph, and then he come back that Christmas. Remember the shot he got off against Clay?
The high release jumper.
Yes.
Can't block the shot. So like Kyrie is like he's out of this world. He's one of one.
Look.
Where do you rank that? Where do you rank the Cavs with all those great teams? Come on now, your answer better be right.
For me, I think the 17-18 Warriors is as good as it gets. Mm-hmm. You look at what they got with KD, Steph, Clay, and Draymond. Yeah, I know they're a little heavy. Their bench was solid though. Mm-hmm. You know, you're getting Livingston coming off the bench. They were solid.
You have a Mo Spade. You had some like random guys,
but it's that four that you got to deal with. Kevin Durant is so efficient. Steph Curry is going to run and he's the greatest shooter of all time. And you can make the case that Klay Thompson is the top 5 shooter of all time. So you got one of the most, if not the most efficient scorer of all time. You got the greatest shooter of all time, another top 5 shooter of all time. And then you got Draymond that's a jack of all trades. He can defend 1 through 5.
And he'll make a timely three out of nowhere.
Yeah. I'm not so sure had they not won 2016, Draymond wouldn't have been the MVP.
Let me tell you something right now. If they win that, Draymond get MVP. He had 30, 10, and 10 or something.
He had like 30. Yeah, he had like 30. Yeah, he was 1 assist or a rebound away from a triple-double.
You know what's even crazier about that? When we think about that, we ask ourselves, like, listen, you have to win, right? Because we lose 15, we have to win in 16. Yeah. Or it gets a little scary.
Yeah.
But we always say to ourselves, right? Like, let's say we won 15.
Yeah.
16, if we lose, they don't get Kevin Durant.
Nope.
But they pay Harrison Barnes. We give 1 up. We might get them next 2, 17 and 18.
Yes.
You lose 16, but you get 17 because they're going to lock up Harrison Barnes.
Yeah.
KD going to go back to OKC on a 1-year deal and then figure it out. We might be able to run, may have 3 instead of 1 with hindsight.
What about this? If Kyrie doesn't get hurt in overtime, you don't lose Kevin Love going into the finals. You're probably going to win 15.
No, you win 15. 100% you win 15. You win 15, you probably win 16 because they're not going to be able to make they're not going to be able to sign nobody.
Right.
But what happens is you win 15, 16, they're going to go grab KD for sure.
Yeah.
So then at least you get 2.
Yes. You definitely would have got 2.
We think about it all the time.
It's a situation, you guys talk about that.
Oh, of course we talk about it. We're like, yo, if you get 15, you give away 16, you get the other 2. We talk about it. We think about it all the time.
Wow.
But that's what shows you how delicate winning a champion and how hard it is. Like, it's like luck, precision, feel, and like almost like the perfect storm. It's hard. People think it's just like slap a team together and go, and like, listen, like with the Broncos,
OKC found that out. It was hard.
Yeah.
And that's why you haven't had a repeat since the Warriors. Since 18, so 19, 20, 21, all the way through, it's been a single champion.
Yeah. And the league's getting better. Like,
yes.
Even if you look at like OKC, the situation right now where, listen, Wemby's still there.
Yes. There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee that they're going to get another one.
No.
Just because they got and Shay is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And he is. But the fact that everybody is getting better in the West.
Because Castle will get better. Fox going to be there. Harper going to get better.
Yes.
And then, in the West, they're going to make some signings. They're going to some trades.
Yes.
So like, it's hard. It's hard to run it back-to-backs.
Yeah, it's
it's hard, man.
When JR posted, he went viral, said missing none. He invited because he posted. You guys were having a good time, and I guess somebody responded about where's Kyrie. And
when I woke up and seen that, I said, oh man.
And he said missing none. He was invited and ghosted us all. So stop the BS. He was referring to Kyrie. Kyrie's like all for one for all. We completed the mission together as brothers, and that's all that matters to me. But he also said when he gets back to the state, he's going to pop in with him and do what he did. I knew how that was going to be perceived. I think everybody knew that and JR was like, nah, we invited him. And so when you woke up in the morning, you're like, oh Lord, have mercy.
I'm like, because listen, we knew. So we invited Kai, but obviously, like Kai is a businessman. He got to go do his China trip with Anta.
Yeah.
And listen, Anta paid him a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I get it. Go get the money.
Yeah,
go get the money.
yeah.
So we get it. So, obviously we'd love to have him there, but listen, him and Brian, business. At the end of the day, we ain't got much to say. We got more free time.
Yeah,
so listen, we got to make sure the big dogs take care of their business first because, we respect it. But, I'm glad that like Kai said what he said and like kind of said like at the end of the day we're brothers. Because listen, at the end of the day, like,
you accomplished something that can never be taken away.
Yeah, and regardless of like people don't see eye to eye or there might be some issue, and I'm not saying there's issue, but I'm saying regardless of where people are in their life,
right?
We did something that we gonna be echoing eternity for the rest of basketball history. Like, this team should be in the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
If they could put teams in there, right? Because what we did, next to none.
You and Kyrie were in the same draft. He was number 1 overall. Obviously, you were the 4th pick in the draft. What was your relationship? Because, what was your relationship like with Kyrie when you got there? Because obviously, Bron had gone, and you know the remnants of LeBron. He had won the league. He's won the MVP back-to-back years, and he had taken a team at 22 years of age to the NBA Finals, ran up against that great Spurs team with Tim Duncan, Manu, and Tony Parker. What was your relationship like with Kyrie when you guys arrived, and what did you guys talk about? Because normally when guys come in together as a draft, I remember my draft class in 90, we talked about, man, I want to make the team. Obviously, that wasn't a concern of you guys, but man, would it be cool if we, won playoff games together, we won a Super Bowl together, do things like that together. Did you and Kyrie have those type of conversations?
So, I've known Kyrie since the 10th grade, because I went to high school in New Jersey. So Kai from New Jersey as well.
Okay.
So I went to St. Benedict's Prep in Newark, shout out Newark, Market and MLK Street. And then Kai went to St. Pat's. So we were actually rivals.
Okay.
But we known each other because we were in the same high school class. We're in the same circus. So I've known Kai since I was 16. Okay. So we did the McDonald's game together, Hoop Summit, Jordan Brand Classic. He goes to Duke, I go to Texas. So we've always been in contact. So now when we get drafted to Cleveland and, draft night, we both get announced, we're going to Cleveland, like, yo, let's do something special.
Right,
like,
okay.
Guard, big, let's run it up. Like, because we know at the end of the day, we know how Cleveland is, right? Bron left, the city is sad. Yeah. Everyone's sad. They need some type of hope. So we come in and we play well. Like, and Kyrie averages 19 his first year. I averaged 10, then I averaged a double-double, averages 25. So for us, we're like, yo, let's build something special here post-Bron.
Right.
And at the end of the day, Bron's like my brother. I've known him since I've been 17. So I already knew at some point, if we put ourselves in position to be competitive, we give ourselves a chance to get him back.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you were thinking that far in advance,
Oh,
huh?
of course. If you look, first of all, we were thinking that the whole time. And remember, Rich is my agent, and that's my brother. So Rich is like, hey, keep sharpening that knife because you never know what 23 is going to do. Listen, he in Miami, but doesn't mean he's going to be there forever. You don't know what's going to happen. So, get yourself ready. And I remember when we were in Orlando for the All-Star weekend, when me and Kai were doing the rookie-sophomore game, we're Bron's little bros. So Bron's like, hey, I'm watching you guys keep getting better, keep working on your game, and good things are gonna come and happen in your guys' career. So once he told that, me and Kai looked at each other and we're like, when you're young, you be like, oh, he coming back for sure. so me and Kai were like, yo, we gotta get in the gym.
Right.
And kid you not, our 3rd year, Bron said, I'm coming home and then he's gonna come just deliver this Cleveland.
Kyrie signed this huge extension about 2 weeks before LeBron signed. And you said that, we were thinking Rich is your agent. You're a representative of Clutch, and I don't think it was called Clutch at the time. Maybe it was, but he was your agent. He's Bron's agent, obviously, and Kai. And so you guys okay, Kai signs a big contract extension, and then you find out LeBron is coming back. Was everybody excited about LeBron coming back? Was there something well, damn, I think we can, I think we're on a great track. I think we're heading in the right trajectory. Was everyone excited about LeBron coming back?
If you weren't excited, you probably were gone by the time you signed. And we were all excited. We were in Vegas. So we're in Vegas for Summer League. And that's when me and Kai weren't playing, but we'll go to Summer League to support the guys, right? So we wake up in the morning and we see the announcement, Bron come back. So my phone's going crazy. So we're excited. We're hyped. At the time, it's me, Kai, Dion Waiters, Tyler Zeller. That's kind of the young 4 guys.
Yes.
So, all 4 of us were super hyped and excited. Right. Obviously, with Tyler, he got traded. He got traded to make the money work. Right. But Dion and all of us were there, and we were happy. We're we go from being a team that's trying to make the playoffs because that season before we finished a 9 seed. So we go from that to being contenders.
Yes.
We're oh, the spotlight's up. And I remember, it's crazy. And I remember Al Harrington texted me saying now the game's really beginning and you're going to be on a spotlight now, a big stage, the show's back now. So just be ready to go produce. And then kid you not, it was Bron was in there after Labor Day working out on the VersaClimber training. I was oh, because me and Kyle would come 45 minutes before practice thinking we are extra early. He in there about 90 minutes early. And we're oh wow. This is different. This is not for child's play no more. This is a real thing. The way I took it was this is not even about me. This is about me helping someone fulfill their legacy.
Right.
Which is delivering a championship to Cleveland.
Right.
Because he made that promise. And I told myself, I'm not going to be the reason why he doesn't accomplish that goal.
Wow.
That's what I told myself. I'm gonna do whatever I can to make sure he accomplishes that goal, and it happened.
Do you understand what comes along with playing with a guy like that? You know that he's going to be hard on you. You know, and the thing is that when I tell people, what people don't realize that when there's a historically and transcendent great player, everything's come easy to him. And you like, bro, I'm like, bro, if I could do that, I would be you. It's easy to you. It ain't easy to me.
Yeah.
But in their mind, it's like, bro, why can't he do this? Why can't he pick this up?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think one thing I love about LeBron, and I think this is what makes him such a great leader, because people ask me, like, compare, like, you know, Jordan and LeBron or, like, Kobe and Bron. I said, like, the thing that separates Bron compared to those two gentlemen is that his leadership and him being able to be so much of a basketball savant where, like, he's going to put you in certain roles that he knows a method to the madness, right? So before Bron came back, I'm averaging 12 and 10.
Right.
You know, I'm getting ISOs in the block.
Yeah.
Turn 5, double T, go to work, floaters, I'm going to work. I'm having a good time. When LeBron comes, he's like, a double T. Screen, roll, ducking in the paint, and guard. Make sure no one scores on you, and we're going to get you everything around the rim. And, you know, as a young guy, you're like, man, I was just getting...
Yeah, I was just getting started.
I'm just getting started. Like, I'm going at All-Stars and having great nights. I'm playing against Al Jefferson and Paul Millsap and having good nights, giving them the blues.
Yeah.
Right? So in my head, I'm like, I'm about to be an All-Star. I could be an All-Star.
Yeah.
But I said, you know what? Like, I remember Rich called me. He said, Double T, like, it could go two ways. Either you're going to buy into what needs to be done to win a championship. I remember we had Kevin Love as well.
Yes.
Now. So now I got to sacrifice more.
Yeah, because now you get Kevin Love back.
You got to throw him the ball in the post. And I get it. Kevin Love is a 30. He's a 30 and 20 guy in Minnesota.
Yes.
So I'm looking 30 and 20 and then 12 and 10. I said, you know what? I'm going to make the executive decision for my career and I'm going to sacrifice. And, you know, I did that. And then Rich like, yo, it's either you're going to sacrifice or you might be gone. And, you know, once you get moved, you don't know what's going to look like. You don't know which team you're going to go to. So I said, you know what? I'm going to sit right here and I'm going to enjoy this ride. And sure enough, it was a good ride.
But the thing is that you mentioned, like, you're just starting to come into your own.
Yeah.
You're doing it. You're double-double. You're 12 and 10. Now they signed Kevin Love. Kevin Love goes into the starting lineup. You go to a reserve role. How difficult was that to you? Because you were a high draft pick, and like you said, man, I want to be an all-star.
Yeah.
Man, I see the money all-stars make. Let me get a piece of that.
Yeah.
But you had to, like you said, you're sacrificing. Kevin Love comes in. Kevin Love's going to start. Now you move to the reserve role. How did you handle that mentally? That all of a sudden, you're not going to be getting that 35, 37 minutes that you probably normally would get.
Yeah, well, we had Bergeron starting at center to start.
Okay.
And, you know, Coach Black started him just because Andy was much older.
Yeah.
But, I mean, once we got into practice, I said, you know what? If Kev's going to start, I'm coming for Andy's spot.
Right.
And sure enough, you know, I love Andy. He's one of my vets, and I love him. But I knew that he was getting older.
Yes.
So I knew that, yeah, listen, it's not about who starts, who finishes.
Yes.
So Andy would start, but I'm coming in 6 minutes in and I'm still playing 25 minutes plus and I'm finishing the game.
Yes.
So for me, it's like,
Okay.
but I only know that and learned that because I have great mentors, you know, Rich, Bron talking to me. But also, this is the problem with the young guys right now is that they don't listen. They don't listen. They feed into the ego of what their peers are telling them. Because the homies could tell, my friends could tell me, Double T, man, you should be starting. You're the fourth pick. You're averaging double-double. Let's go somewhere else. They could start feeding that into your ear and then mess up everything. You start to believe it. So for me, it was like, I've always respected my elders and respected my OGs and really knew they had my best interests at heart.
Right.
So I knew, like, play this position correctly. I'm going to be able to get that starting spot. And then soon enough, when the trade deadline happens, we get rid of Bergeron, I start. So imagine if I don't do that. Imagine if I become a headache in the locker room, start complaining and whining. I can be in, who knows, New Orleans or something, where I'm not trying to be like, I like gumbo, but I don't like it that much.
The first year you guys go, Bron comes back. You go, I mean, gets off. I mean, everybody hated LeBron around the league.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you guys were very excited to have him back. Get off to that slow start, and then you guys take off. And then you get into the postseason, and you get. I mean, hey, it wasn't easy, but you guys get through and you go to the finals. And everybody's looking at it because I think the Warriors had the best record. I think they were 67-15 that year. Steph had run the MVP, shooting lights out, Clay shooting lights out. When you guys get into that finals, what chance you like, man, we can beat these guys. I understand that they're a great team, and they probably won 10, 12 more games than we did, but we can beat that team.
Yeah, I mean, that was Golden State's first year. Because, you know, the year before, I think they lose to the Clippers or somebody. Right, so this is the first year of Steph like really being like
Biscuit.
like Chef Curry.
Yeah.
So like we understand he can shoot, but it's not like the way we looked at him that year compared to looking at him in 2017, it was totally different. So we're like, yo, like Steph's good, he's MVP, much respect, but we feel like we have a team that can compete because we're looking at our roster, and remember we have Kyrie before he gets hurt. We're like, we can outrun these guys because Bo gets a little older and slow, so we feel like we could do something. But obviously, when Kyrie gets hurt, I mean, now we got Delly.
Yeah, and you're asking. It's not so much. It's because Kyrie's going to give you somewhere between 25 and 30 a night. Delly's going to play outstanding defense. He's going to do what Delly does.
Yeah.
But nobody's going to confuse Delly's offensive game with Kyrie's offensive game.
Yeah.
And so that's what you lost.
Yeah.
And then they make the switch. And I don't know how that happened because I think you guys.
Let me tell you how it happened. We talking about the switch with
Iggy and Bogut.
Yeah. So what happens is that. So they're a video guy. Yeah. Man, this video guy, he deserved to be a head coach somewhere because him figuring it out won him a championship. So they're a video guy. This is what happens. So remember, we lose Kevin Love.
Yes.
We got no Kyrie going into game 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on, right? So what happens is that me and Mozgov start so that when I come out the game, David Lee come in. Right. So remember, David Lee loses his spot to Draymond Green.
Draymond.
So now David Lee getting like DMPs, but not really playing that much. So game 3, we're spanking them. They throw David Lee out there. Just like end of the game. Just go get some reps. David Lee is cooking, has like 10 points in the last like 8 minutes.
Yes.
Against James Jones.
Yeah.
Champ ain't no center.
No.
We run out of bigs. We got Champ in there. So what the video guy says, Steve Kerr, you got to play David Lee. So he played David Lee now, and we have no answer for our bench. Our bench got no answer to guard him. And he's the deciding factor. He changed the whole series.
Right.
We got nothing, no answer.
Whose spot did Iggy? Iggy took Bogut's spot?
Iggy took Bogut's spot because they want to go small. But that worked for me because I started getting all the rebounds.
Right.
Because they couldn't box me out.
Right.
Because one thing about Bogut, we just put him in every pick and roll. He much older too, and he an old school big like Andrew Bynum, where they sitting so far back in the paint.
Right. Yeah.
Delly coming with floaters, Braun coming floater or dunk on him. So then we go small and they start switching 1 through 5. So it helps us get extra possession rebound wise, but David Lee go to town.
But you believe that had Kyrie not got, even if Kevin Love, you love to have Kevin Love because Kevin Love is a double-double guy. But if Kyrie doesn't dislocate his kneecap in that overtime game of game 1, you believe you guys win that series?
100% we win that series. 100% because we have another closer. That was the problem that we ran into, right? When the game is going back and forth, there's moments and times, and this is why I tell people it's so important to have a guard that can close out because you got to be able to give the guy the ball and say, go get a bucket or a foul. It's tough for bigs because the NBA is so different now. You can double team. It's not like when Shaq came, he's just going to duck you in and he's just going to score every time.
Right.
You need a guy that can catch at the elbow. That's why Jason Tatum is so valuable.
Right.
That's why, Luka's so valuable. They can catch at the elbow and it's either you have nothing to stop him.
Yeah.
So we missed that. It's only so much Bron can do. Right. The man he led the finals in points, rebounds, and assists.
Yeah, he averaged 36, 13, 9, 1.3 steals and a half a block.
Yeah.
Do you believe, based on those numbers, he should have been finals MVP? Because Iggy ended up winning it.
Yeah. If you give it to Jerry West back in the day, why can't you give it to Bron?
Yeah.
Jerry West got it.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
That was the first year 1969, that was the first year that they actually instituted the MVP.
But you gotta give a shout out to Iggy because like we played our percentages. Like we looked at everyone that shot threes, and it was between him and Harrison Barnes. And Iggy was shooting like 25% from 3. Harrison was shooting 31%. And Iggy made 5 threes on us, and then he was doing all the celebration and stuff, and the tongue out and stuff. He's like, running around. Made me sick. He worked for the PA. I'm like, I'm not going to vote for him. Love Iggy. Love Iggy. Yeah, cost me a championship, man. He on Jimmy Fallon laughing and kiki and stuff. But, I love Iggy, man. I'm just...
That offseason, you ended up re-signing with the Cavs, big contract. Were you close to signing with another team, or you just were like, you know what? I got drafted here. We almost won a championship here. If I'm going to win a championship, I want it to be here.
This is part of CBA. This is the problem. This is not an issue, but this is where it gives the teams a lot of control, right? So when you're a restricted free agent, the team always can match an offer, right? And for me at the time, I think Enes Kanter got 4 years, 70 from OKC. So a lot of the cap was taken away. And more of the cap money was gonna be for the following year. Right. The cap spiked even more. So for me, I didn't sign to the Cavs till 3 days before the first regular season game. I missed all preseason.
Wow.
Cavs go 0-5. They bring Sasha Khan in. They run an article in the Cleveland Plain Dealer acting like Sasha Khan can replace Tristan Thompson. I don't know what they was doing over there. So I remember I'm in Fort Lauderdale.
Right.
And I kid you not, I'm in Fort Lauderdale working out, and I look at Rich and I said, listen, if this drags out, I'm gonna sell out the whole year, or I'm gonna take the qualifying offer and play 30 games. Because once you sign a qualifying offer, you can technically pick how many games you want to play,
right.
and you can't get fined or nothing like that.
Right.
That's a good thing. So, it was a battle with us and Dad Gilbert and them because we started from 4 years, $34 million, and then we get to 4 years, 54. Then we get to 5 years, 70. Then we get to 5 years, 82, but they only want to make 70 guaranteed. I said I don't get on the court unless it's all guaranteed. I don't do KPIs. I'm not in the business of performance and stuff. Yeah. You're gonna give me all my money.
Right.
So Cavs go 0-5. Regular season's about to start. And the beauty is that it's very like Draymond. Like, you gotta have the perfect scenario with your team. Mm-hmm. LeBron comes back, doesn't win a championship. He wants to win. You have to do whatever it takes to win that championship.
Right.
And it's a simple thing what Rich said to Dan. He said, is it worth arguing $12 million to win a championship? Is fighting for over $12 million worth it to win a championship? He said, I'd rather win a championship than argue over $12 million. Okay. Well, then go, pay the man the money.
Wow.
And that's all that happens. I signed 3 days before the season starts. Mm-hmm. We play Bulls opening nights in Chicago. And, I have about 17 rebounds, about 15 offensive rebounds. Joe Kim and them couldn't keep me off the glass. So I earned the money that night.
So that's life-changing moment.
Yes.
You get that contract. Obviously, you're compensated. You're number 4 pick in the draft. Mm-hmm. You're compensated. But everybody's trying to get that second contract. Mm-hmm. Because the first contract is easy to get. You're drafted in a certain slot, you're going to make X amount of dollars. If you want to be special, you want to be people to think you're what you think you are, get a second contract. Mm-hmm. Or get a third contract. You were able to get that second contract. What went through your mind when you got that second contract and said, you know what? Thinking to yourself, Mom, we made it. Hey, I can do all the things that I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. You ain't got to worry about nothing ever in life again.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's exactly, first person I thought was my mom. I literally called my mom. By the way, so when I get drafted, I tell my mom she could retire because she was doing school bus driving, and my brother, who has epilepsy, it was hard. It was hard for her to manage both. So, obviously retired, but, the monthly check she gets on a rookie deal different than the monthly check she get on a second deal. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, you know what I'm saying? So for me, I called Mom. I said, you get a pay raise.
Yeah.
you get a pay raise. Everyone's getting one, right? So, getting 82 and at that time, because, during that, when I got that deal, a lot of people were hating.
Yes.
And a lot of vets were dry hating too. I'm not going to say their name because they never understood. So for instance, when I got my 5 years 82, there's a lot of bigs that were getting 4 years 52.
Right.
And my numbers weren't that great. I was only averaging 8 and 8, but I'm averaging 8 and 8 on a winning team compared to a guy that's averaging 12 and 7 or a 10 and 10. Yeah. His team only winning
25, 30 games.
30 games. So guys, I kid you not, those guys, and you'd be surprised the ones that were hating.
Really?
Me talking crazy, I can't believe he got that deal, da-da-da-da. And I'm like, so when you win, you got to get paid. So and I don't want to talk about other people, but not to when Draymond, and I love, that's why, and me and Dre are super close now, when he gets his deals and people are like, how's he getting? No, he earns it because he's on a winning team.
Right.
He's playing winning basketball.
Yes. He contributes to winning.
Yes. And you can't winning, just numbers don't quantify a contract. It's is it worth winning championships? What does it cost to win a championship? You got to pay to play. Ain't nothing free. Right. Only people that got discounts to win championships are the San Antonio Spurs. Right. And that was a moment in time that will never happen again because now guys want real money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's haters.
When you got your money, did you have to pay for team dinner? Did you have to is that a thing rookies, in the NFL?
I know the NFL, first of all, you guys are wrong for them checks you guys leave for them doors. First of all, let me ask you a question. Yeah. How do those dinners get to 50, 70,000? What are y'all drinking? Y'all ordering Petrus?
Yeah.
You guys ordering some
the whole bottle, and then you get the whole bottle of King Louis. Okay. And you probably get that big bottle. King Louis got a big bottle. Now, it used to be have that just little bottle. Yeah. Now they got a bottle about this big that probably costs 10,000, 15,000. And
what was the check they gave you?
Nah, bro, I was a 7th round draft pick. And the thing was, check this out. I dodged a real bullet because I was like, okay, guys, I'm going to take you guys out. And nobody showed up. So I just had to, I had
because you're not in the group chat. That's why. That's why, because you don't want to do the group chat.
Hey, first of all, they weren't going to stick me with the bill. I was a 7th round draft pick. Yeah. I was only making $63,000. So anything over $1,500, $1,200, $2,000, that wasn't going to get paid. Yeah. I'd have whipped everybody in there, made them pay for it. And I'd have took all the food home myself. Oh, man. But is that what you guys do as a rookie? If the 1st round draft pick, he has to take the team out? I mean, how does that work?
For us, what we do is we'll do a team dinner, but we're not running the bill like that.
Y'all ain't run the bill up? You got to run it up.
I've seen you guys go. You guys do 70, 50 grand. We'll do we'll hit them with a 10K.
10K?
10, 15K. Because I don't know. But then also, how many people are coming to the dinner, that team dinner? You guys have the whole squad, right?
Offensive skill positions. So if it's a running back, so like, okay, Clinton Portis was the second round draft pick. Ashley Lee was the first round draft pick my first year back in Denver. So that was 2002.
Yeah.
Their bill combined was 22.
By the way, y'all were fun to watch. I remember being a young
Appreciate it.
I watched y'all CBS.
That bill was 22.5. So you got to send cars to pick people up.
Mm-hmm.
Now I needed a car by myself. So don't send me no limo.
So no group chat.
Nope.
You want your own car service.
Because I already know when I want to leave, I'm gonna want to leave.
Yeah.
And everybody, you know how it is.
Yeah.
Man, I ain't ready to go just yet.
Yeah.
When I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go. That's
Yeah.
why normally I'll drive myself and not ride with someone, because when you're ready to go, they're not, and when they're not ready to go, when they're ready to go, you're not.
Yeah.
So that problem. The only thing I did is that when I became kind of the leader of the team, is that I wouldn't allow people to take stuff home because people had started it.
They were taking doggy bags?
People would order stuff, when my mom coming in town and my such and such coming in town, and they ordering, Wagyu, and they taking bottles of wine.
That's
like,
nasty. You gotta take it to go with meals.
I'm not gonna let you abuse.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let you abuse it.
Yeah.
But so you guys take the team out. So about 10K.
Yeah, about 10K. We weren't.
Man, that's an average bill. That ain't nothing.
It's nothing.
Cause you take your family out, it's damn near 10K.
It's gonna never, because they're gonna eat some Mastro and they're gonna want some high shelf.
Yes.
They go from CVS wine to now they want top shelf. You don't know the difference. And let's be real, Unc, if you're not a real wine drinker, after the first glass, it all tastes the same. So you know what I tell them? I'll be the number one. I'll be like, they order somebody, like, yo, I'm paying the bill. Go get the next one.
Yeah.
Like, don't be giving, no. You want 42? No. Give them a Tremano, the rock stuff. The rock tequila. Yeah.
Hey, dog, get some Morgan David or some stuff. You ain't get no good wine.
Yeah, give him Captain Morgan, man. Go drink some rum.
Purchases. So when you get that big, obviously you say the rookie contract is one thing. Now you get this big money. What was something that you purchased with that second contract money that you always wanted?
Not gonna lie to you, my rookie deal, I definitely had all the cars that I wanted.
Damn, you didn't wait for that.
No, I didn't wait. I didn't wait for the first. Yeah, because I remember my first deal. The first car I bought was an Escalade.
Okay.
Then that summer I bought a Porsche Panamera white.
Okay.
Still on a rookie deal, first year deal. Second year I buy a Bentley Continental, the one that looked like the Batmobile back in the day. Braun had a. You know what happens? This is how we hang with Braun and Rich. When you're around them boys with a bankroll, you see Braun when he got the matte gray one in Miami, South Beach, Coconut Grove, driving it around. So I get me the black one. So then when I get my next deal, what do I do? Oh, you know what I got?
What?
I got the Ghost. I got a Rolls.
Rolls.
I stepped up. I went from an S550 in Cleveland, getting potholes every week. Always got to take it to the Benz store. Go get me a Rolls, black on black.
But you do realize a Rolls in Cleveland with those potholes, those winters.
Yeah.
You need an SUV. You could have been good to get a Range Rover, get you
Oh, I got me a Range Rover too.
Yeah.
Oh, I used to buy one car.
Well, damn.
Yeah, so I had, yeah. But you know what I always do? So what my financial advisor back there, he said, Tristan, only have as many cars as your garage can hold. So I had a 2-car garage, but I had outdoor. So I've only had 3 cars.
Right.
So what I did was, when I got the Rolls, I gave back the S550.
Right.
I got rid of the Bentley. Then I got a Range Rover. So what I had in the lot was Rolls. That was like my really nice one. Then I'd have the Range Rover. And then I had a Porsche 911 Turbo S drop top, black interior, red guts.
Yeah.
You know, no. I don't know if it's
as big as you are with a damn Porsche. You in that
good.
thing like this.
I fit better than the Ferrari. The Ferrari, man, it hurt my knees, man. My 488, I had to give it back after 2 years. Man, it was hurting my knees. So that's all I had. That's all. That's all. That's what I did. I bought a Rolls. Well, what did you buy with your big deal? Because we know you love watches. No. We know you got all the Murakami Louis. You got the shoes. You got the Jasper, the Dons. Come on now.
What did I buy? Man, I was buying stuff I ain't have no money, Double T, to be honest with you. Man, I was making $300,000, had a Ferrari, had a big Benz, had and I was living with my grandma.
So what was your
That's how they would make it happen. I was living with Granny
and figuring it out.
No, but
what was your biggest deal? Your biggest deal you had, what was it? 7
my
years?
biggest deal, no. Probably like most money I made was I went to Baltimore. I was on a 4-year, 14 and a half.
Okay.
I played 2 years of that, so I only got basically over half of that money. Mm-hmm. And so you got to realize I came in on the rookie. I made $63,000 and $73,000. I was a first team All Pro Bowl with 3 Pro Bowls under my belt and a first team All Pro. I made $325,000.
It's crazy.
Now, I mean, guys, you look at guys now. Guys are getting signing bonus. What I made my entire career.
Yeah, I mean,
even at the tight end position.
Yeah.
I ain't talking about, forget the quarterbacks. I ain't talking about quarterbacks and receivers.
And Brandon Ayuk, what do you got? $21 million signing bonus off the rip and has to play the game.
Yeah.
Man.
Hopefully you get that stuff figured out.
Yeah, no, figured out. He's a good player.
You were invested in Poppy?
Yeah. So that's a good one.
Early.
You
gave him like seed money.
Yeah, seed money. $25K. Made 7 figures. God is good.
You like, man, if I know what I know now, I'd have gave y'all a little more.
Oh, I would have gave more, man.
But sometimes seed, they only allow you to put
so they give you the limitations. And also, you know, what I know now in investing compared to back then, I would have had more exposure to so many other things. There's definitely other opportunities I missed out on. What was another good one? Whoop. That was the one I missed out on, but I was just so young. Like, you know, when you're 25 and you're making $18 million a year, you're not thinking about investing. You're thinking about more like, let me buy a house as a different kind of, you're not thinking about like alternative assets.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, obviously the Poppy one was great. You know, I remember Rich and Farrah put me on that one, so that was a good one.
Right.
David paid for my Mykonos trip that I did 2 years ago.
The David Blatt situation. Now, coming back, it looked like it might be Ty Lue getting the job. Ty Lue, David Blatt. All of a sudden, I had never heard of David Blatt before. He gets the job, had Ty Lue on. Ty Lue said, man, they was paying me more money than some head coaches was making. So I was like, okay, I'll go be number 2. Other than that, I wasn't going to leave dark side. So you get there with David Blatt. What did you like about his system, and what didn't you like about his system?
The reality is this. David Blatt got hired to coach myself, Kyrie, Dion Waiters, Tyler Zeller. He got hired before Bron signed back. So he gets hired. Yeah, so that's what people forget. Like, he got hired to help this young Cavs team mature to be a playoff team.
Right.
He didn't get hired for LeBron James and Kevin Love to come be contenders.
Right.
But the Cavs did a good job because they know David Blatt's coming from EuroLeague. And David Blatt had a lot of success in EuroLeague. He's won like multiple EuroLeagues.
Yes.
He's like when you go to Israel,
Hall of Fame.
He's a Hall of Fame. Like, he's a superstar.
Yes.
I mean, he had people coming to games in Miami for him, his own section.
Yeah.
So you bring Ty Lue in, and I think the Cavs knew also, like, hey, we got David Blatt who has this great potential, but then we also have this young whippersnapper, T. Lue, where if things don't go right with Blatt, and if we do get a superstar like the LeBron and James to come, we got someone that has credibility with LeBron that can kind of like make Bron feel comfortable.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, you know, for David Blatt, he was kind of a situation where it wasn't his fault. It's kind of like a lose-lose situation, right? It's like if you win, you probably will still get fired. And if you lose, you're still going to get fired.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? So it's but Coach Blatt was a great coach, and I loved him. The thing I loved about Coach Blatt was that he really loved the way I played in terms of, like, he was old school. Like, he believed in, like, hard nose, play hard, screen, roll, dunk the ball. He didn't like that cute, fancy, big man stuff.
Right.
So he liked the old school, like how the way I play. So he loved playing me. And that's probably one reason why I started very early. Like, I didn't start in the beginning, but I started after 20-something games.
Right.
Because he's like, yo, you're the type of guy that I want to play. The tough part for him was just like, you coaching a team that needs to win now.
Right.
And you never been in the NBA. Like, it's just hard. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't blame Bron and them to be looking at him like, I can't win with this guy.
Right.
So it was like a tough thing.
When you guys in the huddle, you're in Chicago, and he drawing up that play.
Oh, Lord, I know what you did.
And you look at the play like, hold on.
Yeah.
You drew that play up for JR. Hold on. Did he drew the play up for JR? And we got Bron. And we got Bron. And it's like, Bron like, that's the play now.
Yeah. You know, we talked about this on the trip. We talked about this last week on the trip. Yeah, we talked about the trip.
So he really drew a play up for JR.
Yeah. He drew a play for JR, and he drew a play for JR.
So what was Bron so please just don't tell me LeBron was going to be the screener. Was Bron going to be the screener?
But Bron was going to be the last screener. So what we were going to do was like all go and set screens for JR. Bron was going to be the last screener, and then he'd like pop back if worst case scenario.
Yeah.
But remember, D Rose, the game before, hits a 3 on me to win the game off the glass.
Yes.
So Bron said this when we on the trip last week. Bron's like, nah, after D Rose hit that shot on you, double T, I'm getting the last shot.
Right.
So yeah, Bron really scribbled that. Nah, I'm just gonna get the ball and score.
So I'm gonna fake like I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna pop out and you just pass it to me right here.
Just pass the ball, Deli.
So what did Blatt say?
What you gonna say?
He's like, hold on. He's like, that ain't the play I drew up. I'm gonna stretch your play out.
No. What he gonna do is this. He ready to play, show it to them, scratch. He's like, Okay, all right, bring it in then. Bring it in. Bring it in. Bring it in. What are you gonna say? No. Because guess what? Listen, as a coach, it's a players' league.
Right. It is.
And you know, David Black, that was a crossroad for him, and he knew. Someone told him, whoever was in his ear said, stay out of this.
Yeah.
It's some grown man's business. You ain't got nothing to do with this. This ain't your fight. So yeah, Bron says, nah, I'm taking that shot.
Down 3-1 in the finals. You got they win the first 2 games. You win game 3. You lose game 4. And everybody's saying, LeBron's like, look, we're going to go, if we go on the road and win game 5, we're going to win game 6. Mm-hmm. And then all the pressure will be on them to win game 7 in their building. If you don't believe that we can win game 5, don't even get your ass on the plane. But we're going to win game 5. Mm-hmm. And Bron and Kyrie go crazy. Now, everybody makes it like, well, Draymond is suspended. And if Draymond's not suspended, okay. But Draymond did come back for game 6 and Draymond did come back for game 7. What do you remember about being down 3-1, going in after, because obviously you lost game 4 in your building. Mm-hmm. And everybody seemingly dejected, but for some reason, Bron found a glimmer of light, seemingly at the end of the tunnel that made you guys believe that you actually still could win this series.
Yeah, because you know the reality is that game 4. The reason we lose game 4 is because of us. So Golden State runs this play with Clay setting a screen for Steph, but he slip out.
Yeah.
So our guards are miscommunicating, they're not talking, and it keeps screwing it up. So like they went to that play like 6 times, and I think they went like 4 for 6. So, we come back in the locker room, we're pissed and we're upset. And we're like, bro, if we just clean it up and just communicate, because one thing we did realize was that Iggy's body was hurting. Mm-hmm. Clay had a calf injury. Draymond, he's tossed. And we realized Steph can't guard Kyrie. And Steph is guarding JR. So we're going to start with, JR at the time was, he's 6'6", 225. JR built like a tight end, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're like, if he's going to guard JR, we're going to put JR in the post. We're going to go at Steph every time. We're going to work Steph because the other guys are all beat up and banged up. So we said, if we just clean up the stuff that we can control, the controllables,
right,
we're going to win this game.
Right.
And then, Bron sent that text, don't come on that plane if you don't think we can win. And Clay messed up by having that interview and saying it's a man's game.
Yeah.
Don't poke the bear now. You see when Bron do that laugh, I said, oh, it's crazy. You did that laugh. Exactly. You did the laugh right there. See? Y'all got the grades. You got the laughs. Man, I'm telling you, y'all synced, man. Y'all must have the same birthday.
so you get back. So you win game 5.
Yeah.
You come back game 6. And he said it. Look, we win game 5. They're not beating us at home.
Yeah.
He goes crazy.
They don't want to come back to Cleveland.
Right.
Do you think anybody wants to come back to Cleveland in the spring? Exactly. So we know if we win that game, they're going to be dreading that flight.
Do you guys remember? Because last in 15, they celebrated game 6 in your building. Mm-hmm. And talk about, when they came back, it's like, it smelled like champagne and everything. They were gloating about that. But, look, they're not going to win game 6, so we're going to go back in game 7 and all the pressure on them. Bron has another monster game 6. Mm-hmm. So you're going back out there for game 7. And I saw the thing, the puzzles. You had each piece. Mm-hmm. You got 16 pieces, and it's going to make the Larry O'Brien trophy. So when you go out there for game 7, what is the mindset and what's the atmosphere like in Oracle?
I mean, for us, we like the pressure's on them. Imagine this. They're up 3-1.
Yeah.
And they trick off 2 games in a row. 1 on their court, 1 on ours.
Yes.
The pressure's on them. For us, we play with the house's money. We could do the impossible right now.
Right.
And at the end of the day, game 7, LeBron James,
right,
you got to bet on the GOAT.
Right.
So we felt good going into that game. And obviously with Kyrie, he had the eye of the tiger. He had the tucked out jersey. He locked in, he dialed in. And for Kyrie, you saw something in him where he knew he was better than Steph in that series. Mm-hmm. He believed it and he showed it. And I think he wanted to let the world know, like, Steph the MVP, but he can't guard me.
That was his coming out party.
Yeah, that was Kyrie's coming out party. Like, Steph, cool, you could be the number 1, but I'm right behind. I'm on your tail, and you saw what he did. Where were you at for in game 7? Where were you watching this game?
I was at home in my basement, just like.
Did you think we could win? Did you think we could come back?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. I remember I was on First Take, and I told Skip, I said, man, I'm going to the parade. I said, I'm going to be driving a fire truck.
Really?
He's like, y'all were down 2-0 then. Y'all were down 2-0 then. I said, we're going to come back and win this series. I said, Goat James going to come back. I think that's the time I started calling him Goat James. I said, he's going to come back. They're going to win this series. And sure enough, fire truck, and I ended up going to the parade. But
you were there at the parade?
I was.
Why you ain't tell nobody?
I was. I came with Oak.
You did?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So which was more inspired, LeBron or Ty Lue? Ty Lue said he gave man, give me $100. Ty said he took $100 from you guys and put it in the seat.
Get that motherfucker back, yeah.
That's what he said. He said,
interest, man.
He said, Bron asked for the money.
Yeah, I want my money too.
He
That's
said, man,
over 10
somebody
years.
must have got it. He said, Ty Lue said he kept that money.
Yeah, he must have been on Carbone or something.
Ty Lue said, man, Bron came to him and said, hey, Lou, man, what happened to that money we gave you? Said, man, I don't know. Somebody must have went to the ceiling and got it. Somebody must have told him.
Ronnie Lou took that money, spent it for sure. Oh, man. Yeah.
What do you remember Game 7? Everybody, and it's kind of been talked about a little bit. Shump mentioned it about Ty Lue telling LeBron in Game 7, I need more from you. And Bron's like, man, I got 15 points. He said, that ain't enough. He said, I need more. He's like, man, what you want me to do? He said, I want you to do more than what you do it. You remember that conversation?
What do you mean? I sit right beside my locker right beside Bron. So I'm there chilling. I'm there because the head's on. I got my towel over. He's saying to Bron, I'm like this. I'm like, so Bron, man, he's like, what do you want me to do? And I'm like, that's why they pay you the big bucks. You gotta figure it out. See, listen, I'm making 18. You making 35. You gotta do more. Yeah. So, but for Bron, he was doing everything. But like, you gotta as a leader, as a coach, right?
Yes.
This is what makes T. Lue so great is that he has the trust in the players. But it's like anything, right? Like, when you're working out and you're like, your trainer's like, you got one more set in you. Like,
yes.
I don't got one.
Yes.
No, you got one in you.
Yes.
Right? So like, I think he does that. And also with Bron, like, he's the type of guy where you gotta f with him a little bit to get him going. Like, it's almost like you gotta poke him.
Yes.
So like Clay poked him, got him activated.
Yeah.
But T. Lue knew, remember, we're down 7.
Yes.
So like, we down 7, we need more.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So like, he poked the Bears some more. And then obviously JR come out. And
JR came out on fire because JR came out and made the first 3. I mean, like 2 threes.
He ran up like 6-8 points.
Yes.
So we back in it now.
Yes.
We go from down 7 to like down 1 or up 1. And like, you know how that goes. So we're like, we needed that. And that's what you need sometimes in life in general. Like, you need someone just to motivate you a little more. Yeah.
That the sequence, because it seemed like that game stayed at 89 forever.
5 minutes with nobody scored. 5 minutes.
Everybody was tight. Everybody, you see guys missing, didn't touch the rim. They was hitting the backboard, turning the ball over. And then all of a sudden, I think Kyrie tries to lay it up and they get a run out. And you see, Steph got the ball. Well, I think Iggy has the ball. He passes it to Steph.
And then gets it back.
And Steph is dribbling the ball. And LeBron is trailing. And I was like, oh my God, it's a 2-on-1. And I see LeBron and I'm thinking to myself, I don't think he can get him. And Steph bounces to Iggy. JR does something that's really, really, he didn't just like, I'm just going to take the foul.
Because some guys do that.
They do.
Take the foul and mess up the whole play.
But what he did is that he made Iggy clutch.
Yeah, because he runs by him. He does the run by him play.
Yes.
So now Iggy got to clutch it. That slow you down a second.
Yes.
Now you come, blocked by James.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
how loud was it when that play happened? Were you on the court at the time?
Of course I'm on the court.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
on the court.
That's like, we like, what, 2 minutes in the game?
Yeah, I'm in the game. I'm a closer now.
There you close.
Unless it's free throws, I'm not. If it's free throws, I'm ready to check in for the rebound.
Yeah.
But if it's a back and forth, I'm in.
So the clutch, boom, he blocks the shot.
Yeah.
When he blocked that shot, did you think we're gonna win this game?
100%. Once that happens, we're like, oh, it's meant for us. Because during that time, remember, no one scores for 5 minutes. I'm telling you, it was so quiet at Oracle. Mind you, Oracle is so loud because the way they built that stadium is that, the roof has the metal like railings.
Yes.
So, the sound bounces off the metal. So it makes it even more loud. Yeah. So it's so quiet in there. After we get the block, and I think another possession happens in the timeout, now it's like, let's go Cavs. You don't hear nobody in Oracle. Because Oracle, they'd be like, Warriors, I'm an E40. I can't stand that. It make me so mad. So they're quiet. Let's go Cavs. You can hear a pin drop from the Golden State side. They're They think they saw ghosts.
They're feeling the pressure because normally, especially in that building, that crowd is into it. They're normally up 10. At this juncture of the game, they're normally up 10, 12 points.
Yeah.
They're not in a situation like this, and they never expected themselves to be in a situation like this. So now, out of the timeout, what's being discussed in the huddle? What's the play call? Who's the play drawn up for?
So the play, so it's Bron and Kyrie, because I think we realized that if we put Bron and Kyrie in the action, we want to force Steph to switch out on one of them.
Okay.
So we run a pick and roll. Steph fights over. So now it's Kai got the ball. Mind you, possession before Bron get fouled, mess up his wrist.
Yeah.
Remember, I think he misses the first free throw, makes the next second one. So his wrist kind of messed up.
Yeah.
So Bron, and it's another good leader, like, Kai, go get it.
Yeah.
Gives it to Kai. Kai going to his dance on the right wing. Side step back three.
If I'm not mistaken, Clay was guarding Kyrie, and Steph was guarding JR.
So yeah. We called him up.
Yes, and Clay is saying the play that he's gonna regret for the rest of his life is that he switched it.
Yeah,
but they always switch.
That's what they do. Remember, they would always switch 1 through 4, but then when they put Iggy in the lineup, they switch 1 through 5.
Correct.
So that was kind of like their principle.
Yes,
and it came back and bit him in the butt.
Wow.
Yeah.
So now, Kyrie hits that shot. What's going through your mind at that point in time? You're like, we're going to win this game.
Yeah, because we're up. I think at that moment, we're up
3.
3.
Yeah, 92-80.
Yeah.
You're up 92-89.
Yeah, so we're up 3 now. So now we're saying no threes.
No threes.
No threes. Because you know what happens, and what Steph do a good job is that he'll drive and penetrate, spray it out to somebody, pause, chill, relax, then come off the pin down for the 3. So what we say is, hey, stay home. And one thing about Bron, we'd always preach, like, stay home, stay the F home. Like, if anyone drives, stay home. So now, Kev now.
Yeah.
Do his thing.
Yeah. Because now all of a sudden Kev is locked up on Steph.
Oh, no, I know. When we see that, I'm like, come on, Kev. I'm like, come on, Kev. Because, Kev is not known for, defense. Like, he more in the paint, around the rim.
Yes.
Big man stuff.
Yes.
So when he's out there, mind you, I don't even think K-Love shaved his beard at that time. So he's looking like Wolverine-ish. So we're like, all right, man. Like, if this is the moment now to make a statement. And, I mean, Kev put them puppies on.
I mean, because you got to think about it. Steph was doing everything. The in, out, in between, behind the back. He was doing everything.
He was doing every move in the drill.
Yes.
Yeah.
And K Love was right. Kevin Love has never played defense like that before or since.
Yeah.
That one position.
He hasn't, by the way.
That one
he'll tell you. He'd be like, for what? He'd be like, for what? I don't need to.
Now, you also had another big milestone in your life in 2016. You started dating Chloe. And everybody's like, man, come on, Double T. I only lie Double T. I said, come on, man. Damn, man, you done messed up our championship. I said, come on, man.
Hey, man, you win the best championship in NBA history. I gotta go big with everything. Man, I'm going out. I'm going on vacation. Whenever I go, it's a big celebration.
Right.
They show my face with the jersey and the hat.
Yeah.
The peace sign. I'm like, I gotta go big.
How did that relationship change? Because all of a sudden, obviously we know when you hear Kardashian, and you know what comes along with that. You're an NBA player, but that brand, that Kardashian brand, and you like, now all of a sudden you used to be able to go, even as an NBA player, man, you can go to Nobu, you could go to Mastro's, you can go to all these places, and nobody bothered you. Now all of a sudden you can't go nowhere without getting you going in the building or coming out of the building. Yeah. How did you adjust to that?
I mean, you're definitely right. When you date someone that's in the camera and like have, high profile, right? You have to understand you're under a magnifying glass. And I think, when you're on the best team in the NBA, you're under a microscope. You're under only just sports, right? But now this is more pop culture and global.
Yes.
So you got to really move a certain way. And obviously me being 25, being so young and just winning a championship, you're young and you're naive and you're just like enjoying life. You're like, okay, like, I'm dating this woman that's very popular, but it's like, shoot, I'm popular. I'm on the best team in the NBA. So in my head, I'm like,
we're supposed to be together.
Yeah.
She's popular, I'm popular.
I mean, listen, it looked right to me.
Yeah.
I said, it's only right. Who else you going to be with? I'm a stud. You see me, I got 16 and 14 in the game 6.
Right.
I'm a guy.
Right.
So I was like, it's meant to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, and obviously, and you guys have remained close. Obviously through the scandal that you guys went through. But how hard was that when you like this woman that you love, that you know she's with you, and you going through what you go through, and it comes out? How did you break the news? Like, there's gonna be something that's coming out, and babe, I'm sorry.
At 25, I ain't saying that. I was just like more like, I just hope nobody finds out. But I'm like, I ain't hope no one. I'm like, oh man. So you
could have diffused some of it. You're right. Some of the venom out of it.
You're right, and that's an area that I had to grow and evolve and mature, right? Because you know when you're young and we think we know it all, right?
Yes.
So when bad things are coming or a big negative situation or precedent to come,
right.
I didn't know how to handle it, right? So for me, it was more just like, just take it for what it is and like deal with the punches after. Cause it's kind of like almost the athlete mentality, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like for us, it's like with injury, are we gonna figure it out?
Right.
We're gonna rehab, we're gonna figure it out. And that doesn't work when you're dealing with human beings and feelings. So for me, it was more so like a learning curve. Like at the end of the day, if you're gonna date someone at whatever level, like you gotta know what you're signing up for in terms of like being mature enough, but also I think a level of like, figuring out how you want your relationship to be portrayed, whether you want more privacy, whether you want to be more out there.
Yes.
And, I don't know. So I'm kind of like going with the flow but it's a learning experience and, we're in a great place and, that's my dog. So
you think somebody dimed you out? Because how did they find out that they knew you was going to be at a certain place at a certain time? Somebody had to dime you out.
Someone for sure dimed me because it was 5 a.m. in the morning when all that stuff happened.
Yeah, when they got...
Yeah, so it didn't make sense. But yeah, people talk. Social media is a
and plus,
tough thing.
6'9" guy, there ain't a whole lot of 6'9" burglars.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And the problem for us NBA players, we think when we put a hoodie on, we think we got a visible cloak. We be forgetting that we're still tall. So
you have 4 kids now.
Yeah.
And a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you try to instill? What do you try to instill in your kids that your mom tried to instill in you? Because obviously, you were very, very close to your mom. Mm-hmm. I don't know the relationship with your dad, but I know you're very, very close to your mom. And so what do you try to instill in your kids that your mom instilled in you?
For me, it's about just like hard work.
Yes.
And love and like respect, right? And my mom always taught me that. She said, when you have manners, you can go a long way. Mm-hmm. Manners will take you a long way. And she said, if you always have manners and you're right and you're good to people, people will take the shirt off their back for you because they love you, they respect you, and you know how to conduct yourself. So for me, being a parent, and especially with the kids that we have, like my kids are kind of high profile, right? And they're like in the public, and they live a life that I didn't grow up living.
Right.
Very privileged.
Yes.
So I try to make sure, like, and I think all my kids' mothers, I think the beauty is that myself and my kids' moms, we all have the same mentality in terms of like old school, the way we was brought up. Like, hey, just because we got money in our bank account, don't mean we gonna be
I got money. You ain't got no money.
You ain't got no money. We're not gonna be like these Beverly Hills kids and be all weird and disrespectful to people. So my kids understand, like, yes, please, no, thank you, respectful. Like, you're not about to, because I remember when I was a kid, I remember my mom, she gonna hit me and box me in my mouth. And my mom used to wear a lot of rings. Yeah. And when she hit me in my mouth with them gold rings, I'd be bleeding. I'm like, I'm gonna start crying. So, so we really instill like the respect and that good foundation for our kids.
You recently went viral saying that Chloe kind of pushed you towards having a vasectomy.
Yeah.
God damn. I mean, you don't want any more kids?
I will say this. I do got some at Cedar.
Oh, you got some saved. You got some stored up.
I got some stored up. If it happens, if it does.
But the one that's stored up is only for her. Or you.
I do got some. I got a little something in the back drawer.
You got some of your own fridge too.
Yeah, my own fridge too. So she has some, but I got some of my own fridge. But that was one of the best decisions I ever made.
Really?
Was getting a vasectomy. Yeah.
Well, Playboy Max, he's 23 and said he got a vasectomy.
Well, that's early.
At 23. I mean, I had an ex-teammate that got one. I think he was like 26.
Yeah.
End up had it reversed, but I'm
not reversing that. No, I'm not reversing.
So what is done? You done?
I'm done. Whatever's stored is stored.
Yeah.
And if it ain't good, if it's expired, so be it. If it's like some spoiled milk, it is what it is.
But and so let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Was that because, look, you in California, you have a kid in California, boy, they wreck you across the code with child support. Mm-hmm. You like, I ain't going through this again. If I have another child, we gonna be married.
Yeah.
We gonna be married. Ain't no more outside because boy, them days.
Ain't no more outside kids. It's like you said, California is a
That's a different animal.
It's a different animal.
Would you be open to having more kids with Chloe?
I would only want to have kids with someone I'm in a relationship with.
Yeah.
Like someone to be married to.
Right.
I wouldn't do no more kids just to have them.
Right.
I want it to really be a real foundation situation.
So she just your dog. Yeah, I mean y'all don't have y'all just great friends now because y'all do share kids, right?
Yeah, we live a minute away from each other.
Okay. So y'all still have a great relationship.
Yeah, was over there this morning with the kids. So we good. Like it's no issues, no bad blood. Like we're family.
She helps you take care of your brother.
Mm-hmm.
You have your mom passed away, and you took on the responsibility of taking care of your brother.
Mm-hmm.
Now, someone in your position, it's hard taking care of a child, but your brother has epilepsy.
Yeah.
And I don't know how often it comes on, but obviously he needs special attention pretty much 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
And she took on that help you with that responsibility. I think that says a lot, Double T, because of what she went through with you. For her to set that aside, says, "Yeah, I know. Yeah, you made me look bad, but I still love you enough. I'm going to help you with that situation." What does that mean to you?
No, it means the world because to be honest, if it wasn't for my mom passing away, and having my brother Amari, that's a big responsibility. We have 2 nurses that take care of him around the clock.
Yeah.
24 hours, and he has. He's nonverbal.
Yeah.
He can't walk. He's in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
So he needs assistance for everything.
Right.
So, with her stepping up and saying, hey, like, you go focus on basketball
Right.
and focus on your career and go back to Cleveland and go do what you love to do. If it wasn't for that, I don't know if I'd be able to go back to Cleveland and play them last 2 years and get 14 years in. I'll be honest with you.
Right.
Because that responsibility of Amari it's so, I don't want to say time consuming because that's a bad thing, but it takes a lot of hands-on work. Because, like even right now, middle of the night, we're getting texts and we're calling doctors. If I'm in Cleveland, who am I going to text to make sure? Like I'm going to text the nannies and nurse, but like who's their point of contact if they got to go to UCLA and go see a doctor middle of the night in the ER? Right. I'm in Cleveland. How's it going to happen? So she stepped up and been like literally like a guardian angel savior. But also I think it's because my mom and Chloe were very close.
Okay.
When I started dating Chloe, my mom's like, that's my favorite girl. Because she used to watch the Kardashians. She's like, that's my favorite girl. So they already had a bond that was outside of Tristan. Right. And kid you not, like when I would do my knucklehead stuff, my mom and Chloe were talking, and my mom would be like, my idiot boy, I'm done. So, so they had their own relationship that was outside of me. Right. And I think that also helped, for Chloe, probably mentally, like I can, my feelings for Tristan is what it is. I can step up and be there for Andrea and Amari because they're the same, Right.
I think the thing is, I think now hearing you talk about it, you understand because there's such a huge responsibility because you say he's nonverbal. He's reliant on someone to do every single thing for him. And for her, that's not a non-family member. You're not married to her. If that was your wife, I can say, I was like, okay, that's a wife. And they say for rich or poor, everything, I'm going to do all this. But for her not to be your wife, and yeah, you guys have kids together, but to take on that responsibility and say, you know what, Double T, go back to Cleveland. Do what you need to do. I'll hold it down with him. I'll take care of him while you need. Tristan, do you understand how special of a lady she is?
No, huge. Because when you look at the comments, people were like, "Oh, I'd have left him on the curve and figured it out." Da, 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 da. So like that's why, like when people ask me about Chloe, I always give her flowers because she doesn't have to do that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But that just shows the type of amazing woman she is, and it doesn't stop with her being a mom. She's an amazing mom, and she makes my life easy where I can go pursue all the endeavors that I want to achieve and all the extracurricular I want to work on and my passion projects because I know she's gonna hold the fort down and make sure True and Tatum are good, but also Amari's good. Right. And she takes care of Amari just as much as she cares about True and Tatum.
Wow. When your mom passed away at 53 years of age, 53 years young, not old, young.
Yeah.
What type of impact did that have on you? Because you, like you said, you were very, very close to your mom.
Yeah. No, my mom was my everything. She would text me in the morning, text me at night, every day, never missed a beat, FaceTime me. So, when that happens, I remember being in the gym on January 5th, working out. And I remember it was like around 9:30 and I'm in between sets and I'm looking outside and I see a rainbow. And I was just like, oh, it's a nice rainbow. It's so nice outside. Because it was just like raining, but I saw a rainbow. And the next you know, my other trainer walks in. He's like, call your mom or call your brother.
Right.
Call your brother. And I'm like, call my brother. Because like, why is my trainer talking to my brother? Because they don't know each other.
Right.
But the fact that they were like trying to get a hold of me, I was like, oh, something's real.
Right.
Something real happened. So, when that happens, that shook my world because like my mom's my everything. She's tattooed on my rib. And like, I honestly, the sacrifices I made as a kid, leaving home early to go to school in the States and stuff was all for her, right? Because I didn't want to see her continue to struggle working 3 jobs and figuring out how to take care of Amari,
right? But
also be able to take care of the household because it's as a school bus driver, you're not making a lot of money.
No, you're not.
You know what I'm saying? So like having those responsibilities, it's only right for me to sacrifice to try to make that money to like take care of her.
Is that one of the reasons why you left school early?
Yeah, 100%. And she told me, she's like, you could stay if you want to, but I was like, no, I'm going to get to this money because I don't want you to still figure out every month how to pay bills, why to keep sacrificing. You know what I'm saying? So I remember telling Rich, and I even told like the assistant coaches at Texas, I said, I'm only staying for 1 year. I don't care what it looked like, whether I'm a top 5 pick, whether I'm a 30th pick, or from an early second round pick, I'm going to the draft because I got people back home that I got to take care of. That's bigger than me being on a college campus, eating wings and being in a student union.
Kim let you use a private jet when your mom passed away. It seems to me that when you're in that family, you're family. I'm not just talking about Kendall and Kylie and Courtney and Chloe and Kim and Rob. No, when you date one of them, you are family, and they treat you as such. When she's like, get to your mom.
Yeah, I mean, I think it starts with Chris. I think Chris has embodied that tradition and family and like really, because like we got family members we got family members we can't stand, and we got family members that we just know what it is. Like it's like if I gotta see you, I just gotta see you, but I don't want to be around you. But she's instilled in them like, yo, we're all in this together, and like the fact that Kim said, go take my plane and go see your mom, and not even like second guess her. I didn't have to ask her. She's like, no, take the plane and go home. Go see your mom and go be there for your family. But that just shows you the type of, individuals and human beings they are. That like, regardless of what people might say or think, like, they're just amazing people. First and foremost.
Does your daughter True think you and Chloe are married?
She I don't know what she thinks now because she's a little older, but for a majority of the time, she thought that me and Chloe are married. We haven't brought it up. 'Cause I think for us, we do a good job. We just want True and Tatum just to be kids. Enjoy just being young, right?
Don't worry about your mom and dad situation. Just
because when you're around, we're respectful.
Yes.
We show love for each other. I still when I'm talking to True, I say, like this is I say mommy. I don't say Chloe. I say mommy. The same way when she says like dad, or daddy, whatever it is. Like that's how our kids address us, and that's how I address her out of respect because they don't need to know the ins and out of our relationship or our dynamic. They're young.
Chloe was once married to Lamar Odom, and they had a public back and forth when his Netflix documentary came out. She's been through a lot. Chloe's been through a lot. I mean, dealing with his situation, dealing with your situation.
She get free hits on us. If she could put some boxing gloves, some free hits. I'll be honest, she gets some free hits.
So, did you have a relationship with Lamar when you guys? I mean, you ever spoke? Y'all didn't spoke negatively to each other. I mean, obviously he played in the NBA, you played in the NBA, but that's kind of the extent of it.
Yeah, that's the extent. I don't have no relationship with him. Obviously, heard the Netflix doc. I mean, I'm not here to everyone's got to figure out a way to put food on the table. If that's his way of using Netflix, it is what it is. But, I remember, I'm not gonna lie to you, I grew up watching Lamar Odom. Like I was left-handed at the time. He was left-handed. So, I remember like him and Darius Miles doing that stuff. So, but no, I have no personal relationship with him.
All right, back to basketball. The last 2 finals, 17-18, the Warriors pull a power move. And I said this, if they don't go get Kevin Durant, they're not beating you ever again because you got to won the twin.
So it's your fault. You put it out there.
But they had to.
Oh, yeah.
They did. No, I didn't know. I did not know they were going to get Kevin Durant. I knew he was a free agent. And I said to myself, there's no way he's going to go join a team that beat him after he was up 3-1. I was like, he's not going to do that. So it never even dawned on me that he would even consider that. It's his right to go wherever, but it never dawned on me that he would go there. Once he goes there, I'm like, oh man, the Cavaliers still can beat him. But I'm like, I don't know how.
Yeah.
They took them 7 games, and now you just added the second or the third best player in the NBA to the second player. So they got 2 and 3. We got 1.
Yeah.
LeBron is the best player in the league.
Yeah.
But they got 2 and 3. I just don't know how the Cavs beat that.
Yeah, it was. I mean, when he announced that, I was like, no way. And I've known KD since I've been 17, and he's a brother to me.
Yeah.
So, I love KD. But I was mad at him when he announced it, though. I was
I think
mad.
everybody was mad.
I was mad. I was like, man, I'm trying to get some more rings.
Anywhere but there.
I'm anywhere but there, man. Let me say, please, go to the Rockets. Go play with James Harden.
Yeah.
Go play with somebody else. But I know, listen, at the end of the day, Kev did what's best for Kev.
Right.
And listen, he won 2 championships, got Finals MVP, so it worked out for him. And I love KD, and he's one of my favorite players. So, but I was like, bro, you could have just did that when I went to the Celtics for the 1 year, or Sacramento.
Yeah. I think the thing is, people are saying that LeBron going to the Heat gave players, top players, because before that, none of the top players ever moved anywhere. But LeBron going to the Miami, that gave okay, LeBron made it okay. So now Kevin Durant, you see trades now. You see Giannis going to Miami. Mm-hmm. You see Kevin Durant went to the Warriors. You see a lot of players that normally wouldn't move. They ain't got no problem moving.
Yeah. But remember the Celtics, Ray Allen and KG. It's a trade, but you know how the NBA works these days. Yeah. Giannis only goes to Miami because he's telling them, I'm going to sign back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Kevin Love only goes to the Cavs because he's going to commit to coming back.
Right.
So KG going to Boston, he's going to commit to them long term.
Right.
Same thing with Ray Allen. So guys have been doing it, but at the end of the day, for Bron, because he is the face of the NBA, because he's up there with Jordan at the time, he gets scrutinized more. Yeah. Right? They give him a harder time.
Yes.
But guys have been thinking about back in the day with Larry Bird, Bill Walton, Robert Parrish, Kevin McHale.
It's okay if it's okay. So basically, it seems to me, and they've always seen people talk about super teams. There have always been super teams. Yeah. What do you think the Lakers were?
Showtime Lakers with Byron Scott and those guys. James Worthy. Yeah.
The Lakers won the championship and get James Worthy as the number 1 overall pick. That'll never happen in today's game.
Exactly. See?
So, the Celtics. So what do you think McHale, Parrish, and Bird were? You don't think that was a super team? With Dennis Johnson, and they had Nate Archibald, and they had Bill Walton coming off the bench as the 6th man who was a former MVP. Mm-hmm. So they've always been super teams. They tried to make it seem. Boston, when they put Paul Pierce was in Boston, and then they had Rondo, and they had KG, and they had Ray Allen. Yeah. That was a super team.
That's a super team, yeah.
So super teams didn't start in 2011 when LeBron went to Miami. It goes way back. The old 60 Celtics were a super team. Yeah. You got 11 Hall of Famers on one team. Is that not a super team? There's only 8 teams.
That's exactly what I said. But you know why they do that, though? Because it's crazy. It's it all stems from that Sports Illustrated article, The Chosen One.
Yeah.
Ever since that article, the media has always tried to find a way to plug holes in LeBron's journey. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's almost like you guys gave him the name.
You gave him the name.
You guys gave him the name.
Right.
Then he got a tattoo because you guys gave him the name.
Yes.
And then now when he's doing something that he has the right to do, which he's seen other teams make super teams, now you guys try to critique and try to put a notch on his belt. You know what I'm saying? So it's just media.
When you found out Kyrie wanted to leave, did you know he wanted to leave? Did you think he wanted to leave? Did you think he would ever leave? Because like you said, you had lost the championship. He was injured. You come back, you win the championship with him. Obviously, KD goes there in 2017. You won a game. You probably should have. It should have went further. You had a lead, and then KD hits that 3-pointer. Yeah. You know, you had laid basically the whole game.
Pull up left wing.
Yeah, the heads it.
Yeah.
And then 2017, he leaves. Mm-hmm. Did you know he wanted to leave? Were you surprised that he wanted to leave if you didn't know he wanted to leave?
I think for Kai, we all talked about it because I think, we knew this wasn't going to last forever. Mm-hmm. We knew we had probably a 4 or 5 year window.
Yes.
And we talked about and discussed it.
Right.
We just didn't think it would happen so quickly.
Right.
Because I think Kyrie was in a point where he was ascending and becoming a big, after Steph, he was next.
Yes.
So you could see, at some point he'd want his own team. Mm-hmm. But I think, also, I think front office could have done a better job of how we handled it. Mm-hmm. And I think for Kai, he just wanted the conversation. There was things that he wanted done for him that I feel like could have been.
They could have done.
They could have done.
Yeah.
I feel like that relationship could have been fixed. It wasn't one of those where it's like it's a hard no and I'm out.
Right.
It was more so like negotiation. It's like me with the 82.
Right.
If there's only 70 left, I'm gonna take 70.
Right.
But I know I can get 82.
Right.
So for Kai, it's like I have some demands and I've earned the right.
Yeah, I want my trainer to be able to come in.
Yeah, or I want my boy.
If my boys want to come walk around, I want them to have access.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm good like that.
And we're not going. And the one thing about our team, we were so grown and mature.
Yeah.
We're not tripping up. We're not gonna be given a hard time like, what, you think I'm gonna come in there and be like, well, I need to get my guy in there now. I'm not doing that, guy.
There are one or two guys that can do that.
Yeah, I know my place.
Yeah.
You know what your mom say, stay in the child's place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I know. So it was like we could have made that work. Obviously, like, listen, we all think about it. And I think Kai's mentioned it on platforms, and obviously Bron is like, because we had something really special.
Yeah.
I think sometimes, it's like life, right?
Yeah.
A communication.
Yes.
Even when you said about me, like the whole situation with like my situation with Chloe, it's like, have a conversation before something bad happens.
Yes.
Let's have a conversation before decisions are made.
It gets to the point where
there's no return.
Ain't no turning back. Yeah.
Yes.
Is there anything Bron could have done differently?
I don't think so. I think, it was more Kai in the front office.
Right.
And I think maybe if the front office, I don't know the in and out, maybe if the front office came to Bron and said, help us out, maybe that could have helped it. But I think it's just like communication. Like, we got to be on a string, guys. Like, he has the right to feel away.
Yeah.
Let's fix this.
Yeah.
Let's fix this because...
the man just averaged 29 in the finals.
Yeah. And Bron, and the one thing Bron always said, if you ask Bron, he says this, I was going to be in Cleveland for X amount of years, and Bron was going to give the keys to Kyrie.
Yes.
He was never going to gatekeep and hold it.
Yes.
Like, some vets, they're going to hold it till the wheels fall off.
Yes.
And when they're trash, and then they're going to still hold it. Like, Bron already knew, like, I'm going to give you the keys to Cleveland. Like, this is going to be your ship.
Yes.
You see what he's doing right now with Luka?
Yes.
You don't think he was going to do that for Kyrie?
Yes.
Come on now. So.
Man. Did you know LeBron was always going to leave Cleveland, that he was come back there? You just mentioned he was going to come back there for a finite period of time, and then he's going to be gone. I
think the Kyrie trade kind of put the nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
Because at that point, there's nothing. I'm a good player, but I ain't no Kyrie Irving.
Right. And you weren't going to get another Kyrie.
You're not getting another Kyrie Irving. So, and remember, we made the trade for IT and Jay Crowder, and like, the IT at the time.
IT was hurt.
He's hurt. Mind you, IT, that's my dog, but I don't even think, I think we could have reversed that trade.
Yeah. Because he was hurt.
Because he was hurt.
Yeah.
So the fact that we don't do that, it's almost like if you LeBron now, you sitting back, you're like.
You got a guy and you already know he's hurt.
Yeah.
And he got a serious, what did he tear? I think he tore his labrum in his hip.
Yeah, Johnny Flynn, remind you, we had Clutch, so we had CA, but now we had Clutch. We have Johnny Flynn, who's like IT, more of a smaller guard.
Yeah.
Those hip injuries, it's hard to come back from.
Yes.
Especially the way those guys play.
Right.
So like, we already know what that's going to look like. So when Bron sees this happening, you're like, oh, you're basically telling me to go.
Because normally what happens, we've seen this before, guys' trades rescinded because the guy failed a physical.
Yeah. We've seen, I think, in there was a trade that happened.
Mark Williams, didn't the Lakers?
Mark Williams, the Lakers did it. They said, oh, that baby toe don't look good. We're going to send you back to Charlotte. So, like, that could have been done.
Wow.
Yeah.
When do you think LeBron will going to retire? You think he plays 24, he plays 25 seasons? Right now, he's in the process. He's trying to, what's the best situation where I can go and still contribute and potentially win a championship?
Yeah, I think for Bron, he's still playing at a high level.
He is.
I think, I think use D-Wade D-Wade is a great example. D-Wade retired when he was ready. He retired averaging 17 points for the Miami Heat. Mind you, they were 8 seed or 6 seed, but they made the playoffs. I think for Bron, as long as he still feels like he can dominate a game,
yes,
he'll keep playing.
Okay.
Because it's like, why not? You're in great shape.
Yes.
You clearly show that you can lead a team in a playoff series with no Luka. There's no reason for you to stop playing.
Right.
You just and for me, the way I look at it is like, keep adding numbers to the leaderboard.
Right.
Because I don't think it's gonna be very hard for someone to pass you.
Right.
But stack it up.
Yeah, to make sure.
Yeah, to make sure. Like
damn, that's really out there. I ain't gonna be able to get it.
Yeah, like because think about it, to pass Bron in the scoring, you got to play.
You got to play at least 20 seasons.
Maybe more than that because you got.
Well, you got to play at least 20, but you're gonna need to average probably like 27, 28 points a game.
And you might need some 30 30 seasons of 30 points because then you can't miss games. Remember, if you miss a game, that sets you back.
Yes.
Remember, Bron didn't really have no serious injuries until Solomon Hill take his high ankle sprain.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So we were actually talking about that on the trip too. He said, my ankle still hurts from that injury.
Really?
Yeah, because as you get older.
Because he was playing at the MVP level. He was playing out of his mind. Because that was the year he scored he went to Atlanta and did a number on Atlanta. He goes to Charlotte, does a number on Charlotte. Right around his birthday, he's playing phenomenal basketball.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it was...
So the high ankle sprain. When you get older, I get out the bed hurting. I don't know how you feel, but it's just like... No.
Did Kobe tell you if you had his shoes on instead of LeBron's, you get more buckets?
He did tell me that. He did tell me that. I remember the first year Bron back. So I'm wearing the LeBron Soldiers.
Yeah.
And I'm with Nike, so I got the special edition double T colorway. It was fire. So Kobe told me, you'll get more calls and more buckets if you wear my shoe. I looked at it and I just started smiling. I was like, that would be something Kobe would say. That would be something he'd say.
Who's your GOAT? Because you know what? I think the thing is, I don't think this is ever going to end, Double T.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have this conversation, the Jordan, LeBron. I think your kids are going to have this conversation, and when your kids get old enough to have kids, they're going to have this conversation. Will this conversation ever end?
Listen, as long as you have a Thompson last name, you live in my household, just gonna be one go.
Okay.
And that's LeBron James. As long as if you got my DNA, you're gonna say LeBron James. Okay. I think it's all about eras, right? I think it's like this, right? When you ask guys that are 45 and up,
right,
they remember. It's a nostalgic moment, right?
Yes.
It's like why do guys our age love Jordans?
Yes.
When we grew up watching Fresh Prince,
Yeah.
watching the guys in the streets that were making money, they were Jordans.
Yes.
That was like luxury lifestyle. So for older men, it's like NBC, Michael Jordan.
Yes.
What I think it was like WBN, what was the network they were using? Michael Jordan.
Yes.
For us, when we growing up, it's LeBron James.
Correct.
And then playing with him, and I think what makes LeBron the GOAT, it's his leadership.
Yes.
Jordan, he was tough love. He was like my dad.
Yeah.
But that's not what everyone can't take that same kind of coaching, right?
Yes.
Like the way you coach me and the way you coach Kevin Love is totally different. The way you coach me, the way you coach Swish is different. So the fact that Bron knew how to coach people and lead people in different ways.
Right.
That's what greatness looks like.
And I think the thing is that he has a handshake for everybody.
Yeah.
He has a handshake with the coach. He has a handshake with all 15 players. The training staff, Mike Macias. It doesn't.
Yeah.
He had the camera lady at the Lakers. He got a handshake with her.
Yeah.
I was like, this is crazy, and he remembers them all.
Yes. Think about it. Think about when he talks after games and he talks about the plays that happen in the game.
Yes.
And you're like, yo, how does he remember that? His memory box is out of this world. And even on a trip right now, he remembers all the handshakes still. Think about it. He hasn't been teammates with Shump for 10 years, Delly for 10 years.
Wow.
And he remembers the handshake.
Canada. Growing up in Canada, did you always want to be an NBA player?
So me being Jamaican and then growing up in Canada, soccer was my first love.
Okay, soccer.
And especially back then with the reggae boys and making the World Cup and stuff. So that was always my first passion. But, once Vince Carter, what I tell people Vince Carter is my Michael Jordan.
Right.
Because he's the reason why I fell in love with the game.
Right.
Him in the dunk contest. I remember I had a fake Champions jersey of Vince Carter that was the laminated one.
Yeah.
That was my guy. So once I saw Vince Carter, I was like, I want to play in the NBA.
Right.
And the growth spurt kicked in. I was like, might as well try this out.
I'm playing the NBA.
Yeah.
The U.S. versus the world. Is the world catching up to the U.S. in basketball?
Definitely. I mean, you could see the All-Star game. Think about Victor Wemby,
Yeah.
the alien.
Yeah.
He brought the All-Star game back.
Yeah.
He single-handedly, he challenged everyone.
Everybody.
When have you seen Bron and all those guys take an All-Star game serious? He forced their hand. So that just shows you the level of competition in the world that's improving, but also the respect that the American players have for the world players.
Yes. The last 8 NBA MVPs have been international players. Jokic, Shay, Luka, Giannis. Luka hadn't won an MVP, but Wemby is on the cusp. But you look at Shay and you look at Giannis and you look at Jokic.
Yeah.
Who's going to be the next American player to win the MVP?
That's gonna be a tough one, and that's a problem that the NBA is facing right now because, Ant probably has the best chance.
Yeah,
but the problem for the NBA right now is that they realize you cannot. it's going to be hard to grow the business of basketball having the face of the NBA be an international guy. Because at the end, it's an American sport.
Yes.
You need an American-born player to pump your business.
Yes.
And that's the issue. So, like, I don't know. It's going to have to be Ant. I mean, they just made a trade recently, so let's see what happens.
Yeah, they got
Ball,
LaMelo.
Yeah. They brought him up a YN. They brought a YN to Minnesota now. King YN, 6'7".
Drake put you in his lyrics.
Yeah.
You and Drake, obviously, he's from that area. You know Drake. Y'all grew up together, and he's always. I don't see him as at the games as much as he used to be in Toronto, and they look like they're a pretty good team. So, what's your relationship with Drake?
That's my brother.
Because I think he was at your mom's funeral.
Yep, he was there. Yeah, so Drake's my brother. I've known him since I've been 17. That's family. Always gonna ride with him. Like you said, he was there when my mom passed away. We have a relationship. I spoke to him during last week as well. Close. I mean, the beauty about us, all of us Canadians, we all root for each other.
Yes.
Like for myself, like, I'm close to Drake, but I'm also close to The Weeknd.
Right.
I love The Weeknd. That's my brother as well. PartyNextDoor, love him as well. Like that's all family. And I think that's the beauty, because like, for us from Toronto, the way we look at it is like Toronto versus the world.
Right. Okay.
Like it's like we call it Screwface Capital. So like we're very like we come with a chip on our shoulder. So obviously Drake has definitely led the way in the entertainment and music industry doing his thing. So that's he's hip hop needed him.
Right.
You see when he dropped 3 albums.
Yeah. You know what? But it might take you to get Drake and Bron back together again. You working on that?
I would love to listen. Yeah, listen. I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
Mike Brown was your coach in Cleveland, and watching him, and I'm happy for Mike because I thought he got a seriously raw deal in Sacramento.
Yeah,
and then for him to turn around and take a team to a championship, and he wasn't their first choice. He was probably way down the list.
He was probably down at the bottom. They probably had assistant coaches ahead of him.
Yes.
So I played with Mike Brown in Cleveland. And, I'm happy for Mike getting out of Sacramento because, and I'm not here, like, the reality is that the problem with Sacramento is that they have some great people on the staff, but it's like anything in life, right? If up here ain't right,
you're right.
You can't expect down here to be good.
Right.
And I think, the good thing about Mike Brown's deal is that they gave him an extension and they fired him a couple months after. So it's okay. Pay me and then fire me.
Yeah.
Pay me to go home. So that's great for him. But what Mike Brown was able to do and win that championship, he deserves it.
Man, I don't know. You listen. Patrick Beverly said James Harden is better than D Wade, and now he's saying I'd take Jalen Brunson over Allen Iverson. And this ring culture is really skewed people because there are people that's winning championships, and they're all of a sudden, well, he's better than Charles Barkley. And he's better than this. I'm like, bro, do you, just because he has a ring, and that's not to diminish it, but now a ring is the end all be all. And I can't get with that, though.
I don't agree with it. I think, I agree with you right there. I don't think rings make you great. Because, like, listen, AI led the culture.
Yeah.
He's the one that bridged basketball and hip hop.
He did.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what his impact.
The cornrows.
Yeah, like
the big tall tees, the baggy
pants, the tattoos with the braids,
the sleeve.
Come on. Like he's the same way like Dennis Rodman made almost like
rebounding cool,
but almost made like being a black rock star cool, like on some Jimi Hendrix stuff.
Yes.
That's impactful. That's like part of like legacy.
Yes.
AI is part of like basketball legacy, where it's like you don't need to compare him. Like he's like untouchable,
right? Because
he was bigger than basketball. He was the culture. Like think about it, he had white kids getting weave with cornrows, and wearing sleeves. Come on now,
he did.
Like what his impact in society, is bigger than just winning a championship.
Right. Yeah.
So like I don't even do that. Like no, like leave that alone.
You Dennis Rodman might have been the first that made dating celebrities. As an NBA player.
He had a hell of a run.
Did he?
Yeah, he had a hell of a run. I'll tell you. Ain't nobody gonna top him.
Nah.
Madonna, Carmen Electra.
Yeah, he has some.
Man, I think he had like a Tony Braxton or a Janet. Like he had some heavy hitters.
De'Aaron Fox. You played with Fox in Sacramento. He had a tough go of it in the finals this year. He made a couple of plays that you hate to say a play cost him the game, but he made some questionable decisions.
Yeah.
The one that I remember is that, bro, you got a 1-point lead. you dribble the ball out. T,
Yeah,
you,
instead of taking the layup,
you can't do that, T.
Yeah.
You got to make a and as fast as he is, it's by the time they catch you, 3-4 seconds gonna be run off the clock.
No, I agree. That was a tough one.
It was a tough one.
And you know, like, because I play with Fox and I love Fox. He's a good dude and he's about the right things. And, you know, it's kind of like the JR situation, right? It's just
that moment.
Yeah, it's just that moment and the brain, you're not really thinking of all your issues. Because, you know, for him, he's like, I'm faster than everyone else.
Right.
I can get a quick layup.
But the thing is, Double T, if you see it, he has to slow down because he's running so fast.
Yeah.
So by the time he slows down,
OG comes.
OG is right there beside him.
Yeah. He Windex it.
If he just keeps running and runs out the back, now, hey, come chase me, OG.
Yeah.
Turn around and go back the other way.
But see like a play like that could be the difference between Wemby winning a championship and being a champion or being Karl Malone.
Yeah.
See, like that's how delicate winning a championship is. So when people are saying like, because Jalen Brunson won the championship, he's better than that. No, it's like something so small. If Kobe gets hurt in the Lakers-Sixers series, Sixers win. Sixers win game 1 on the road.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So like, it's not that easy. Just because a guy wins, you get like automatic. You don't get the trump card just because of that.
You had to bang with Big Perk, and we see Perk on television. I love Perk.
Yeah.
What was it like banging with Perk? Because obviously he was he's on up there in age then.
Yeah.
By the time
he was sweating so much, he goes through 3 jerseys in practice.
Damn.
Yeah, but I love Big Perk though. Because one thing about Big Perk, he helped me a lot on those playoff runs. Because he kind of said like, Double T, you gotta like be vocal with that toughness and like really control that paint and be the dog, right? Like Bron and Kyrie, let them go do the cute stuff. You got to be a nasty mother. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he instilled that in me and helped me so much from what he did with the Celtics to help us like get to those finals runs. So like Big Perk, like I love Big Perk. He was huge for me in terms of my like maturity as becoming like an enforcer in the paint.
You realize that when you're playing against the Warriors, you're going to have to out-tough their tough guy. Draymond Green is the heartbeat of that team. He's their enforcer. He's their intimidator. He's the guy that's going to get the rebounds. He's one of the few guys that they run an offense he's a big that they run their offense through back then. But you know, in order for you to win or you to have a chance, you're going to have to out-tough him. You're going to have to out-rebound him. You're going to have to go in there. Hey, you have to slang some elbows. You have to shove and push. So what was those battles like with you and Draymond?
I loved it. I mean, think about it. We were both the heart and soul for both our teams. Right? We were the guys that were doing the things that didn't show up on the box score that impacted winning. So, you know, we got into it. Because we love winning so much.
Y'all got into it on the court?
Yeah, we get technicals. And I remember I got thrown out of the game. I think I took a ball and smushed him with it and stuff like that. So, like, because we wanted to win.
Right.
And remember, our role, be a star in your role. My role is very similar to his role. So if I see a guy in my way, I'm going to try to knock your head off.
Right.
So, you know, those are some good battles. And it's crazy. When we were battling, our kids are like best of friends. Like my son called Dre my Uncle Dre.
Right.
Back when I'm trying to knock his head off.
Right.
So it was just so crazy. But like now me and Dre, we super cool and like the family.
I don't know how close you've been following this Jaylen Brown situation in Boston. And he tries to make it seem like it's media driven.
Yeah.
He tries to, it's ESPN, it's, these, whoever has a podcast. It's not us.
Yeah.
It's your team. It's because what he doesn't realize, and maybe it's easy because maybe ESPN, Nightcap, or these other podcasts, maybe because we're low-hanging fruit. We don't keep bringing your name up in trades.
Yeah.
Boston does.
Yeah.
They don't put Jason, not one time has you ever heard Jason Tatum a part of a trade.
Yeah.
It's always Jaylen Brown. He gets mad at the media. Why are you mad at us? Be mad at Boston that they keep including you.
Yeah.
Because now sources like Boston's still not done trying to move Jaylen Brown. But he's mad at everybody.
Well, they still said that, huh?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. You know what it is? I love JB. And, I've got to know JB very well.
Yes.
And we played together for a year with the Celtics, but then obviously keep our relationship, keep going since then. It's, I think for him, it's just, it's frustrating, right? I think he, The Fresh Prince ended at some point.
Yes.
All good stories end. And I think for him, he's earned the right to lead his own team. And I think because he's so embedded into like Boston community,
yes,
and he's helping the community,
yeah,
I know he doesn't want to leave, and he wants to be part of that. But I think like it's okay to like, want to have a different look. But I think, I'm not speaking for him, but it's also like they got something good going. Like it'd be hard to walk away from that. You know what I'm saying? Like
I don't know if I don't think he wants to walk away from that, but I think Boston is okay because I still believe that Boston believed Jason Tatum is the better of the two players. That's why they've never really included. That's why his name has never come up in a trade scenario.
Yeah.
People don't normally put their best players available in a trade scenario.
Yeah. But also this, you know what also I'll say this?
What's that?
I think also for what JB stands for,
Yes.
the city of Boston is different than that.
Yes.
And I think he stands, like, I think when I look at JB, he's doing stuff that like Muhammad Ali,
Yeah.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, what he stands
Bill
for, right?
Russell.
Bill Russell.
Yes,
he stands for something so big, which I love about him.
Yes,
because for him to be from, a kid from Atlanta,
Yep.
from the upbringing he had, going to Cal Berkeley, which brothers from Atlanta don't go to Cal Berkeley. And then him being that educated, now going to one of the more, old school traditional New England towns and standing up for our people.
Yes.
I commend that.
Right.
And I think, he's the type of guy, like he wants to always beat the odds.
Right.
And I think Boston is a town that they can't handle it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think he knows that too.
He's very outspoken.
Yeah, he's outspoken.
Yeah.
And I love that about him. I never want him to change.
Yeah.
And I actually like the fact that he wants to be there because it's like that city needs change.
Right.
Because when I play there, they call you the N-word.
What?
Yeah, they're gonna call you that.
They say, but that's not what they say. They say that's
That's a lie. When they drunk, they gonna call you that. Because one thing about people in Boston, I played there and I love Boston. They drink to get belligerently drunk.
Yeah.
And when a motherfucker gets really drunk, they're gonna be loose with the lips.
Yes.
And I've definitely heard someone call me that outside of a restaurant because I didn't want to take a picture with him.
Loose lips are a sober mind's fault, though.
Exactly.
You don't think? Hey, if I were to get drunk, I ain't thinking about stealing a space shuttle because I ain't never thought about that drunk when I was sober.
Exactly.
Well, we got two Atlanteans that went to Cal. Sharif Abdul-Rahim went to Cal.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
You're
You're a little educated. Where you went to Savannah? You went to Savannah State.
I went to Savannah State.
Okay.
Donovan Mitchell.
That's an Ivy League school.
That's close. You played with Donovan in Cleveland. What are they going to have to do? Because they've had on some hard times. I mean, this year they got swept up 22. So clearly, no lead is safe against the Knicks because they were up 22 and then boom. And then
same thing with the Spurs did the same thing.
Up 29, up 16, up 14, up 13. What is Donovan going to need to do?
I think for Don, I think they got to figure out the Jared Allen, Evan Mobley situation.
Right.
Because I think them playing with the two bigs right now.
Yeah.
Isn't working.
No.
It's not working. And they're trying to separate their minutes. But the problem is when you separate their minutes and don't have them play together, if Jared is playing well, he gonna get taken out.
Right.
And he gonna be like, well, I got 20 and 10 and I gotta sit out. Because Evan gotta play. And it's not like he has a problem with Evan playing, but it's like most bigs, when you're rolling, you stay in the game, right? So I think they gotta figure out those two guys. And whichever one they pick, they gotta bring a four-man that can stretch the floor.
Right. So you think there's a possibility they might need to break that up? Because you think about it, you got two bigs, you got Harden and you got Mitchell.
Well, Harden ain't going nowhere because you trade Garland for him.
Okay.
So you're already making that commitment. Like we said, man, it's like the Giannis thing. When you make the trade, you got to bring him back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So James staying, Don staying.
Yeah.
You got to decide, are you going to go with Evan, who's young and potential, former defensive player of the year, or you go with the more seasoned vet center with Jared Allen?
Right.
And you can't have both. It's got to be one or the other. That's the reality.
You played with the Lakers. You got an opportunity to reunite at the end with LeBron in LA.
Yeah.
What was it like? So was LeBron different in LA than what you remember him in Cleveland?
No, he's the same. The work ethic the same, the drive's the same, the competitive nature the same. What I loved about it was that, because we have history, because being in a Lakers locker room, a lot of guys haven't played with Bron or have that sweat equity with Bron in terms of the respect level. So when I was with the Lakers, I kind of came in and it was kind of like that bridge the gap between the young guys and the older guys, but also like Bron and like the team, right? Mm-hmm. So there'd be moments when we were watching film and I'm like, a guy would blow by him and I'm like, so you can't guard him no more? The LeBron I know can guard anybody.
Right.
And that kind of motivated him a little bit. And whether it did or not, it's like, I can hold you to a different standard compared to your teammates, a Jared Vanderbilt or an Austin Reeves, because we go back.
Right.
We've been in the fire. We've been through World War Z.
Yeah.
So like that's what I loved about going back there and like almost like I remember you a certain way and I know you're that person still.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We hear about LeBron and being able to play. Just finished 23rd season. He's going to play this year. Don't know if he'll play after that. And you hear about LeBron's diet.
Yeah.
What does his diet consist of, to the best of your recollection?
I mean, you know what I say this? He loves his breakfast.
Yeah.
He loves his pancakes. And I said he loved his pancake, his 3 pancakes with his strawberries and banana and syrup.
Yeah.
But I'll say this though, and I remember getting this information from Steve Nash, and I think you do it as well because you work out every day.
I do.
As long as you work out every day and you keep that body active, you could still eat. Because you eat good meals too. I remember, you eat some good meals.
Yeah,
I remember back in the day you had your plate.
I was meal prep. I was meal prepping with Cleveland.
Yeah, you
but
up there.
I'm still chicken, rice, broccoli, green beans, lean cuts of protein.
But you have a good amount though. You're not eating like.
No, I don't eat like I used to.
You don't eat like a fairy though.
Hell no.
Okay.
But I still, it's 8 ounces, a cup of rice, a cup of broccoli, stuff like that. But I don't overdo it because I'm not as active, and I'm not like LeBron is still running up and down the court, playing 35, 40 minutes a night.
Yeah.
But to see him be able to play at that level, and people like, I'm not saying that. For me, the way I judge it, Double T, is that I eat, say, for every 6 good meals I eat, I'll eat 1 bad meal. Mm-hmm. And so I try to do it like that. So over the course of the week, I'm trying to get, 30 good meals in, and I have 2 bad meals, 2.5 bad meals.
Which one are your bad meals? I bet you're not even that bad.
Probably Cane's, that 4-piece chicken tender, or I'll do a burger. I'll do a smash burger with fries.
I love me a smash burger with fries. Woo-hoo, so good.
But just a meal, not a day. I don't take the whole day.
Oh, so 1 meal. Yeah.
One meal. So if I'm gonna eat bad, I'm gonna have a meal. Like I get breakfast, or I get, like you said, French toast or something like that. But I'm not gonna eat bad the entire day.
No, you can't do that. You'll be on the toilet.
Yeah. What's your favorite? What's your favorite moment? What's your favorite moment from your NBA career?
Winning a championship. Winning, because you know what? It wasn't even about the champion. It was about the people in Cleveland.
Right.
I thought about.
Yeah.
Because when I got drafted there in Kyrie, all everyone talked about it says like, are you gonna leave us like LeBron? Like one kid said that, or like we went 52 years without winning a championship. Are we gonna ever win a championship? Right. So like for me, all I thought about was the people in Northeast Ohio.
Wow.
Because like that was the people that mattered the most. Like I remember a gentleman coming up to me, 70-year-old man, crying, like real bawling tears, saying like, "Thank you for winning a championship. Now I could pass away as a champion."
Wow.
Like that's what he said. So like that touched me. Like,
man,
it's bigger than us. Like that championship wasn't just about the Cavs. That was about Northeast Ohio.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you dunked the ball at the last second against the Raptors?
Oh, yeah, I remember that. And then I tweeted.
Why you dunked the ball with the man? You know you can't do that, Double T.
That's what I was going to say. They were double teaming and guarding us in them last possessions.
Yeah.
And they were scoring and taking it serious. So all I'm saying is that if it's a minute left in the game, I'm cool with you guys going to, like, when you guys get the possession, go score. But if we got the possession, why are you trapping and double teaming us? Like, this ain't AAU this ain't FIFA where every point counts for the next round.
Yeah.
So you guys double teaming us, all right, I'm gonna dunk the ball.
Right.
And I'm from Toronto too, so I ain't know how many more dunks I'm gonna get in the city.
Right.
So I had to get one more dunk in the city.
You got any advice for Clay dealing with a public breakup?
I think
don't say anything, huh?
Don't say anything. I think the worst thing you could do is feed into the beast.
Yes.
Like, if you speak up, you give it more legs.
Yes.
You allow them to take another day to talk about it. You had a relationship with someone, an artist, it didn't work out. If she wants to say something, let her do whatever she wants to do. You keep your mouth quiet. And honestly, as a man, keep your mouth quiet.
Yes.
Because I've never went out there and defended myself, because it's just not what we do.
Right.
And I think I've known Clay for a long time, and he's living his life. He want to go fishing and enjoy it, and as he should.
Right. Having dated a celebrity, what advice would you give other NBA players or other professional athletes that want to date a celebrity?
You know what I say? Because our life is so public, some things should be left private if you can.
Right.
And I think dating someone, especially when it's very early,
right?
If you married, that's different. You know what I'm saying? That's your wife. You can be public. But when you're in the dating phase and it's very early, cherish and protect that, because if you allow people to have access to that, now you give your whole life. If everything in your life is being able to be touched, messed around with, what do you have to yourself?
Yes.
At least if you love this girl or you're into her, try to cherish it for as long as you can and keep it private. That's what I advise to young kids.
Because when you put it on social media, you invite comments and criticisms.
Yeah, and negativity.
Critiques.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes.
Melo to the Timberwolves. Are you surprised that they moved Melo?
I'm definitely surprised because they had they had one of the best records in the NBA.
The last half of the season.
Yeah, the second half of the season after All-Star weekend, right? So for them to pull that trigger, most teams, when you end the season on a high like that, you run it back or you add some quality vets to take it to the next level. So the fact that they get off him, for me, it's a weird feeling because it's like, aren't you guys trying to make the playoffs? Right. And don't get me wrong, like Kobe White's great.
They re-signed him.
They re-signed him for a 3-year, $72 million deal, but like he was great at coming off the bench for them.
Yeah.
You got to keep that going, but who knows what's going on internally?
Right. So what's next for Double T?
Man, I mean, it's been great. I mean, I think for me, I've realized, and I think you went through the same transitions, that when you're done playing or you're at that crossroad, you got to make the transition of what you want to do right away.
Correct.
Because the iron's hot. The iron's hot, and you have a halo and cachet. It's almost like politics. The reason, I always say, you never met a broke politician before. They don't exist.
Right.
But the reason why they ain't broke is that when they're done in office, they still have this halo and cachet.
Yeah.
That they can still put themselves in positions to make money or put themselves in positions to make more money because they have that name behind them. Former congressman, former governor.
Yep.
It's the same thing like us.
Yep.
When we retired, the first 2 years is our hottest years because the first year, it's like you don't really know if you're retired or not. They don't really know. People don't really know if you're still playing or not.
Right.
So it's like you got to be active. So for me, it's like doing broadcasting, right? Was doing NBA TV, but also for me now, I want to do something that's outside the box. And I look at guys like Shaq and Magic Johnson.
Yes.
Shaq and Magic were one of the two guys that were able to leverage their NIL.
Yes.
To open up business for them.
Yes.
And for me, it's like Shaq and Magic. They, much older in age. There's another young guy that needs to take that spot, and that's me.
Yes, you.
So for me, what I'm doing is a lot more like venture finance.
Yes.
And looking at where the world's going and not where the world's at.
Right.
So I'm excited.
Anything you want to promote? You got anything? You got a book coming out? Got a movie, docuseries?
Ooh, I mean, I got some good stuff. For me, it's just more like I'm in the business of business. I'm here to invest.
Right.
I'm helping a lot of companies out. I actually helped a company that I'm advising for, a robotics company. Just took them public on NASDAQ.
Right.
So we're doing very well. I'm active, Unc. I like nice things. I like nice watches. So
see.
As long as if you like nice things, you got to be making that money.
Big diamonds on.
A little something, man. I'm trying to be like you, man. I knew the pressure was on. The pressure was on. Look at you, man. Listen, stay clean.
Thanks for stopping by. Double T, Tristan Thompson.
Appreciate
you, bro.
Yes,
Thank you, man. Thank you again, Double Barrel and the Whiskey Shop in Beverly Hills for hosting us today. With over 3,000 different types of whiskey, the Double Barrel has everything you need, and it's a full shop lounge, so you can actually try before you buy. Family run and operated with locations in Calabasas at Saddle Peak Lounge and here in Beverly Hills. The Double Barrel and Whiskey Shop is the place for all your whiskey needs. Thank you again to the Double Barrel and Whiskey Shop for having us.
All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life.